I'm your host, Alex R. Wagner, and this day on today, we will be covering RFK's explosive interview that's blowing up all over the internet, everybody. Apparently, he took Dana Bash to town on CNN. We will see that momentarily. As always, make sure you double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe. $4 memberships keep the channel independent and going, guys. We're pretty soon going to have sponsorship if we can't get them memberships up. So please, 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 if you haven't yet, make sure to join with a membership today. As always, our poll of the day, let's pull up the news. News is done. Our poll of the day, as it is every day, is who will be president. Let's check those odds right now. Make sure that nothing changed in the moon. Nope, nothing changed. And so here we are once again, guys. Who will be president in 2028? We have 828 days until election. We got Mr. J.D. Vance sitting pretty with how many wins now? With 77 wins. 77 wins. We have Marco Rubio with 4 wins. We have Gavin Newsom with 20 wins. And we have John Ossoff with 1 win. All right, get your vote in now. The show starts now. And let's get into the news for the day, everybody. Sunday news. First up, the photo that you're seeing below is a photo of a Moroccan police guard fighting one of the immigrants as he tries to re-enter Spain. So that's quite a fascinating photo. Up for photo of the year, definitely, right? 5 hours ago, Republican Max Miller said Sunday he will not drop out of the Ohio 7th House race despite the domestic abuse allegations against him. He denies accusations of domestic abuse and child abuse and claims his ex-wife, who also happened to be daughter of Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno, has struggled with significant mental health issues. This is medically diagnosed. I do believe those struggles have contributed to allegations which I firmly dispute. That is a painful reality for everyone involved. TB says, happy Sunday, folks. Happy Sunday, everybody. Ohio Republican Senator and Miller ex-father-in-law, Senator Bernie Moreno, reacts. Senator Bernie Moreno, as a father and husband, I can tell you that the last 2 years have been pure hell for my wife, Bridget, our daughter, Emily, me, and our entire family in the aftermath of Emily's divorce. It has been horrific to watch this play out in full public view, all while knowing an innocent 2-year-old girl is caught in the middle. Our priority has always been protecting our daughter and our granddaughter. Out of concern for the safety of my family, I hope to keep this matter private, but Max Miller's increasingly erratic and dangerous behavior has made that impossible. As he has admitted privately, Max Miller needs serious psychological help. He is a danger to my daughter, and I hold my breath every minute he has custody of my granddaughter. If there was any basic standards of character required to hold elected office, Max Miller fails them. He should not serve in the House of Representatives. I believe Max Miller needs to seek professional help to end the clear pattern of abuse he has left in his wake. I believe he should not be free to continue endangering others until he does. I ran for office because I want to make a difference for the country that gave me every opportunity to succeed and to leave this nation better for my children and grandchildren. That sacrifice has been especially hard on my wife, Bridget, whose big heart and steady support have never wavered. I owe it to her, to Emily, to my granddaughter, to speak to the truth now. So, Ohio Republican Senator, okay, so the Republican Senator of Ohio is speaking out about one of the House reps of Ohio. Republican on Republican here, okay? And they're saying that the ex-husband, who is the House rep, the lower end, is an abusive person and is exposing all of this. Meanwhile, forcing, apparently, the senator in Ohio to speak out on this. Wow, that's pretty crazy. If the senator is speaking out on it, most likely he's going to have to resign because he's not going to get the votes to reconfirm himself into the next Congress. Statement from Miller's ex-wife. Statement from Emily Morano spokesperson Stefan Malashkis. It is shameful that Max Miller decided to go on a bizarre and lie-filled rant about his ex-wife to desperately try to save his political career. There is documented trove of evidence that Miller has a history of violence and dangerous behavior, and no amount of victim shaming will change that. It is despicable and abhorrent that Miller lied on an unhinged and humiliating video for their daughter to watch one day. No loving parent would have ever used their daughter as a PR pawn to save their own political career. Miller can lie and spin on X, but he cannot do so under oath in a court of law. We are confident that justice will prevail in court. Wow. And that's all we got for the day, guys. Let's get into the news now, the big one. But first, guys. But first, we have to do the national anthem because, this is our show. At the beginning of the show, you do the national anthem. You remember America. And how else should we do the national anthem than like the best rendition of the national anthem, a professional women's baseball game. The very first ever professional women's baseball game. Are you confused because women don't play baseball, they play softball? Me too. But this is the very first professional women's baseball game, and we're going to listen to the national anthem because our show is starting. And we're going to use this national anthem together. You guys ready? The greatest national anthem at the first ever women's professional baseball game.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
Oh, forgot my hat.
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts
Support women.
watched.
I know they don't play baseball, they play softball, but support women.
Streaming, and the rocket's red glare was bursting in air.
Kind of like her voice.
Hey-o. Through the night.
Sounds like shit. No, come on, what are you talking about? Better than the Dixie Chicks, better than Beyonce, better than Rihanna. All these Wokies changing up the national anthem. Keep it traditional. Listen to this black lady. First American women's professional baseball game today, guys. Woo! I know they play softball, but today the WPBL starts. Oh, I thought she was okay. There was a cadence, the cadence switch. It kind of confusing. Wait, why is there's men on the professional women's baseball? Okay, all right. I can't. There's men on the baseball team. I don't really know. All right, into the RFK interview, guys. Here we go. This has been dropping bombshells. I'm dropping bombshells all morning. Here we go.
COVID pandemic.
Let's
and
get at it.
The way that the U.S. responded to it squarely.
Make sure you double
with
tap.
Dr.
Like that
Fauci.
button.
But of course, he worked for President Trump. Does President Trump also deserve some of the blame?
Well, President Trump, as you recall,
media?
wanted to end the lockdowns. I think the thing that did the most damage to our country was the lockdowns. The lockdowns that shut down
Facts.
3.5 million
Facts.
businesses in our country with
Facts.
no due process,
Ruined
no
my
just
fucking life.
compensation. All of our churches closed our schools, and our children are still paying the price for that. And yet we had the worst outcome of any country in the world.
How so?
We had the highest.
How so? Oh my God! Like it's just like it's evil incarnate. It's evil incarnate at the fucking desk, dude. You have to sit there and you have to have a fucking interview with the people that did it, with the people that put us through the pandemic. And remember that CNN said they would never platform somebody like RFK or Joe Rogan or any of these racists that aren't helping us with the pandemic. Remember that? Remember how crazy it was to platform somebody like RFK? Now Sunday News is blowing up again Why? Because RFK is sitting down on State of the Union on CNN and destroying cable news yet again. How is it not dead yet? How many spikes do we have to put in this vampire?
Rate from COVID of any nation on earth.
Well, let me just say, because I've heard you say that before on the death rate from COVID, that's not accurate because public health experts say that there is a combination of factors that went into that, higher rates of chronic illnesses, which I know you.
Why are you still doing the same thing that led you down the wrong road? That's what, like, when retards be retards, you need to just be like, hey, stop being retarded. Like, I don't understand this. This is so, holy crap, guys. They used the science to get us into this mess, and now they're trying to use the science to combat him in the interview.
Agree with gaps to our healthcare system and misinformation
Yeah,
about that.
make sure you read your fucking script. Don't have a conversation about how you destroyed America.
You just said what I said was inaccurate. What I said was accurate. We had the highest death rate from COVID of any place.
There are
Right, that's what I mean. And then she's combating it. Actually, it's not real. Actually, my piece of paper says that, fucking, according to the people that lied to us the first time, no, motherfucker, no.
There are other countries that had higher, but
You can
go ahead.
argue about why we had that, but nobody can tell you. I mean, we have, as you say, we have the highest chronic disease burden in the world. But Anthony Fauci was mismanaging the COVID pandemic, and he was doing it under the Biden administration. President Trump wanted to end the lockdowns. And in fact, in Anthony Fauci's diaries, he talks about how President Trump is calling him.
Go watch Christmas in Florida right now. About 20 minutes into that movie, when we leave for Florida during Thanksgiving of 2020, there's a rally clip of Donald Trump chanting, "Fire Fauci, fire Fauci." Don't fucking act like this guy was in his back pocket.
Every day trying to get him to reopen the country.
yeah, well, the lockdowns were done by governors. I mean, certainly Anthony Fauci and the president had opinions, but the
lockdowns were done by you, motherfucker. You telling the fucking people in office to do it. How dare you?
lockdowns were done by governors, and
They were
largely
doing it-
because
they were doing it because of you.
largely because
Anthony
they were
Fauci.
hearing
They were citing Anthony Fauci.
from hospitals saying that their ICUs were overrun and they needed some help while that was happening.
Why is it that this lady is literally lecturing a public health official like she knows more than the public health official? If we're supposed to learn from the science, at least the office should mean something. It's insane that we're supposed to listen to Dr. Fauci, everything that he says, but we're also supposed to sit in this fucking interview and think that Dana Bash is a deeper, more intellectually based fucking medical provider than the head of the health.
That's just not true.
Not true.
It's not true. No, they were doing it because Anthony Fauci
Facts.
was telling them from the top, you need to lock down. There were ICUs that were empty all over the country, including in New York at the height.
I'm asking you, I'm going to go back to what I asked you.
See, the people in the chat that are doing all this shit that I'm not even going to get rage baited over are the same people that are just as retarded as Dana Bash. They have their little blue scripts over here with their fucking pen. Let me ask you, actually, the stats say, wait, according to Bill Gates and Epstein, it means they're blah. Shut the fuck up! You're wrong. You lost. The end. It's over. If you would have won, if you would have had any fucking brain, if you weren't actually taken over by your brain worms and your fucking little minion heads, then you would have won. We would have all taken your fucking vaccine and this would have been over. But you lost. And now Fauci goes to jail. Now Rand Paul touts him out. Now RFK's on fucking CNN. And Dana Bash gets to zipper lip like the rest of you motherfuckers.
Beginning.
Welcome to 2026, the wide awakening for the retards in the chat.
And you tweeted back in 2024 that he let bureaucrats like Anthony Fauci shut down the entire country. Again, the president was in charge.
The president was trying to reopen the country when he left.
Easy, brother, doctor. Blood pressure. Bro, it's the same thing as this fucking RFK. I guarantee you he's going to implode too. It's like the evil is in front of you. Like, this is the devil. Like, Dana Bash is a human devil. Like, she will not say sorry. Talk about a fucking psychopath. The people that orchestrated and read the fucking papers. Oh, the science says. Every motherfucking day. All year long. And now they're going to platform the person that they said was a conspiracy theorist that they couldn't have on their show ever. Anybody that's platforming RFK is an insane person. And now they're going to sit down with him. And they're not going to say sorry. They're going to defend the loser that pled the fifth 111 times this last week. Shut the fuck up. Your grift is over. Big Pharma is over. AOC and Bernie and the goddamn other communists are coming for your fucking health care. Stop with your grifting, Pfizer. It's done. It's done. This interview is nonsense.
The country was kept closed for another year, almost a year and a half.
What's up, bro? Y'all better chill or Alex will be drinking another Celsius and I will put you to rest.
After that.
Let's talk about how to prevent the next pandemic, because there's a lot of
litigating
and relitigating.
Oh, and let me guess. Your papers, because you can't look him in the fucking eye when you're interviewing him, are going to tell you how you can prevent the next pandemic. So her little papers are going to tell her everything she needs to think. She has the head of the health department right in front of her. Let's talk about the next pandemic. My papers say.
That I don't think is really helpful to do with regard to COVID. And the question is about so-called gain of function, which... Whoa.
You're allowed to say that on the air now? Oh, wait for the manipulation on this one, guys. Oh, God, here we go. Remember, this whole interview is brought to you by Pfizer.
Highly risky
research
process that includes manipulating a virus to study how it behaves as it evolves. Now, what scientists say...
They're going to try to do a whole... Now, what science says is actually the pangolin into the bat on South Park makes a lot more sense. And Dr. Fauci and the mask, and it all really... how could we have known? Shut the fuck up.
Is that, although it's controversial, it's necessary to prepare for the next pandemic, to get ahead of it, to figure out what...
So the problem is that data function research isn't getting the funding it used to. So now gain of function research is going to be advocated live and on television on the Pfizer network. Holy shit, y'all.
And do. What you want to end this gain of function research. Some scientists say, isn't it better just to put better guardrails around it?
People have been trying to put guardrails around it for generations, and it hasn't.
Again, put guardrails around it, and it hasn't worked. Because, again, we had COVID. If you think COVID's real, if you think, locking yourself in the fucking house was necessary, then you'd think that you wouldn't want to continue gain of function research.
Work, and clearly COVID-19 pandemic and many other global pandemics that we have come from gain of function research. The RSV epidemic that we have, that is the biggest killer of kids in this country today, came from these kind of experiments. The Lyme disease almost certainly came from this kind of research.
We all would have been kicked off of social media in 2021. This live feed would have been shut off for medical misinformation just for showing RFK's face. It's fucking insane.
So, and
Double
the
tap, hit that like
scientists
button.
who you say are experts are
Become
making
a member,
the
help support the
argument that
channel.
this
No
is
sponsors
necessary
here.
for pandemic
No Pfizer
response.
here.
Cannot point to one instance in history where research that came out of this kind of experimentation has actually
They're going to say misinformation
provided
next.
us
They can't resist it.
something
They can't.
beneficial.
So how do
against-
you prepare then? How do you prepare for the next pandemic?
Okay, guys. CNN is now admitting that gain of function research essentially created the COVID-19 pandemic, but in order to stop the next COVID-19 pandemic, we have to keep doing gain of function research, and the Republicans are trying to stop it. Welcome to the Pfizer network.
I mean, that's literally part of your job now, because experts think it's going to happen
PZN.
in the next 10 years again.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did virtually everything wrong the last time.
So what about now?
The principal thing that we need to do.
Well, what about now? Yeah, Garrett. So you're admitting, but I just want to clarify. You're admitting that the COVID-19 came from gain of function research. Since we're talking about the COVID-19 pandemic and we're talking about the next pandemic, why would you be bringing up gain of function research unless you drew the conclusion that it didn't come from a fucking bat?
We need to listen to what's happening to doctors on the ground.
This is literally advocating for gain of function research. This 20-minute interview is CNN trying to lobby the health department to allow them access to the same tools that created the last pandemic because they shut them off. Wow.
15 million frontline physicians around the world. They're mainly now connected through the internet. We can tell on the front lines what's working and what's not. If we had listened to those doctors during the COVID pandemic, we would have saved potentially millions of lives.
Facts.
There were therapeutics out there that were working.
Facts.
There were doctors that were having no deaths from COVID.
Monoclonal antibodies saved many family members in my life. When I had a family member that went down during COVID, go watch Christmas in Florida, the only Christmas movie that ends on January 6th, now available on Amazon Prime. Boom!
And treating, in some cases, thousands of patients.
Them ventilators.
And we weren't listening to them. Instead, we were doing the opposite. We were shutting them
Hooking
down.
them up
And
the
then
ventilators
the
when they
other
didn't
thing
need
that I
to.
would say
And that was killing
is
people.
that we need to protect our constitutional rights. That is the primary obligation.
What does
of our
that mean?
country.
What does that mean? That means not doing gain-of-function research for Pfizer lobby, CNN. That means not listening to you, CNN. That means not reading blue papers on your desk that say, study says, study says, study says, stay inside. That's what that means, CNN. It's not that fucking hard, CNN. Fuck!
Well, during COVID, we completely dismantled our constitutional rights. We began censoring people in violation
Okay, but
of the First Amendment.
but I'm not. You're
if
saying
you
what
want-
not to do. I'm
asking you what to do. She's not agreeing, though. Do you see that? Do you see how she's not agreeing that we shouldn't silence people? She's not agreeing that there is gain-of-function research in COVID. She's not agreeing that masks were bad. She's saying, well, stop talking about the past. Let's talk about the future. You have to connect the fucking dots, lady.
What to do. But I
want to talk about what we can to do. You're reading a piece of paper. 90% of this interview is you looking down at your Pfizer overlords. You fucking soulless devil.
Something to do. That is the number one priority. We protect the Constitution. The Constitution was written.
Forgive me, but you're talking about rights, and I'm asking about a potential.
See, they knew they were going to do this when they came into the interview. This was the coaching they had about how this interview would go. They knew if they were going to platform RFK was going to be bad. They knew it was going to blow up. They knew that they could potentially piss him off. They had to advocate for fucking gain-of-function research, which is the entire perspective of the fucking interview. Pfizer wants to make sure they can still do gain-of-function research. So, the orchestration of the entire interview is, if RFK says anything about any past pandemics or COVID, we say he's living in the past. And we continue to illustrate that we need gain-of-function research for the future pandemic. We need to do the same thing again for the future pandemic. No, don't talk about the past. You need to do the same for the future. Because else, what else are you going to do? You have to do something different. Because the last one is what we need to talk about because you fucking ruined everyone's life.
Public health crisis that is
you ruined everyone's life. You didn't save anybody. You destroyed all our lives, and now I'm sitting here with everybody in a fucking chat while you soulless fucking devil still has your fucking job, the same job you had to begin with, because you stayed on the right side. Woohoo!
But I do,
right? Let's what? Let's talk about gain-of-function research again? Why are we talking about gain-of-function research? Why are we talking about it? Is it maybe because the last pandemic has something to do with gain-of-function research? Is it maybe that You need to keep lobbying for Pfizer on the Pfizer network to make sure that RFK allows you to do the same thing twice? Let's not talk about the past. Let's talk about how Pfizer can keep doing the same thing in the future.
Mistakes we made in the last time was suppressing those rights so people weren't being heard. The doctors who were saying you're doing it wrong were being marginalized and vilified.
Yeah.
And
Because
Because I'm the fucking devil and Pfizer said so.
again, I really want to move on. But
Oh, I really want to move on. Because I want to move on. Motherfucking goddamn bitch.
and
because again, I really want to move on.
You
so
motherfucker.
people weren't being heard.
People weren't being heard. She wants to say, well, they're not doctors. And then he says doctors weren't being heard. And then her response is because, in her ear, move on. It has to be about the future. It has to be about the Pfizer network and lobbying for gain-of-function research. This isn't about talking about the past, remember? If you keep it about the past, we lose, CNN. We lose, Dana Bash.
Doctors who were saying you're doing it wrong.
You're also looking at an ex-production assistant of Dana Bash. Fuck you, Dana Bash, and fuck the 19th pandemic.
Yeah,
And
because again, I really want to move on. But
Yeah, of
you were
course
saying
you
you
wanna
were
Of course you want to move on, exactly. He just said doctors were silenced. Because, really I want to move on. Of course you want to move on. Now her face is shocked. Oh, fuck, he figured me out. All I want to do here is talk about gain-of-function research and lobby for pharmaceutical reps. You are the danger. You are the devil. You are killing people. You killed people in everyone's family. If anybody died of the shot, if anybody died of COVID, it is her fault. Individually responsible because she continues to do the same behavior that got us there. At least Fauci is going back into his apartment building. This lady is again going out and reading the same piece of paper that got us into the first one. Wow.
I
we're
do-
part of the problem.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
It was absolute press.
No. Yes, you were. Let's pull this back.
Doctors who were saying you're doing it wrong were being
We're silenced.
marginalized and vilified.
Yeah.
And
Because again, I really want to move on. But
yeah, of
you were
course
saying
wanna
you were
move on because
yes,
you
I
were
do.
part of the problem.
No, I wasn't part of the problem.
There was absolute press malpractice. You weren't allowing your
Mr.
job,
Secretary.
your job.
Fuck off! You devil! You goddamn CNN devil!
Your job.
Is a fierce skepticism.
Thank you,
about
RFK.
authority. And
Yes,
you weren't
I am.
doing that. You
I
were
am.
beating up
My
on
job-
people.
I am. She's admitting. She's continuing to do it. She's admitting. She's continuing to do it. She's admitting. She's continuing to do it.
We're
Also-
dissenting.
No. Okay. Are you want to sit here and attack me, or do you?
Yes! Yes! We all do! We all want our pitchforks, and we want you done! Network over. Shut off. Everyone in prison, including you, because apparently you think you did nothing wrong.
To have conversations
sitting
about
here and
public health.
attacking me.
I'm not attacking you. I'm asking questions about how to
And let
prevent
me
the next
ask the
pandemic.
question and I'll
Unreal.
That's what I'm trying to do. But I also don't want to use this.
Guys, double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe, throw those super chats in the chat, become a member, $4 a month. There ain't no way in fucking hell I'm taking a sponsorship from any motherfucker that ever allows me to not yell at this lady. How dare she? How dare she act like she isn't sitting here advocating for gain-of-function research for Pfizer? How dare she act like she has any fucking common sense? I am an ex-production assistant of hers, fired during the COVID-19 pandemic. Go check the motherfucking data sheet. This motherfucker is sitting here reading the same bullshit that got her into the mess to begin with. 6 years later, learned 0 lessons. Still working the same motherfucking job. Didn't learn a goddamn thing. Reading the same fucking blue piece of paper written for her by the goddamn ops at the Bill Gates Foundation. Unfucking real.
Interview to allow you to say things that aren't entirely true. You're talking about therapeutics, fine. It is also factually true that the COVID vaccine worked.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
COVID vaccine prevented deaths. There is data upon data upon data.
Okay, is there data that says that you telling me to wear a mask for 9.5 months worked? Oh, well, we don't want to talk about the past.
Let's talk about the measles, please, because this is something that is happening as we speak. The cases in the U.S.
vaccine protected children?
I
think
think
COVID
that
vaccine
what
protected children? Oh, man. What a fucking bro. What a fucking bro. What a fucking bro. You see what he did there? Well, she's sitting here looking at all her 18 fucking papers of research. This motherfucker just calmly throws the fucking fact out loud.
about the measles, please, because this is something that is happening
My
as
papers.
we speak. The
You think
cases in the
COVID
U.S.
vaccine protected children?
You think it did?
I think that what I have talked to
No! Answer is no!
scientists and
You've
doctors
talked to
about.
scientists. Can you show me one study
Yes, I can.
that shows that
I can.
children were protected by the COVID vaccine?
I can tell you that
That
there are.
vaccine-
Yeah, now I can tell you that there's a general statistic from the Bill Gates Foundation.
More good than harm to children. Can you show me one study that shows that?
I can tell you that when it comes
you
to
can't.
the
No,
vaccine.
you can't. No, you can't. You can read a bunch of pieces of paper. We have ChatGPT now, Dana Bash. You're done. You're fired. Goodbye. We have ChatGPT. We don't need you to be a fucking retard and read 18 blue pieces of paper. Okay? Okay? If you can't figure out the fucking facts as a journalist before you go into the room with the goddamn health secretary, then shut the fuck up and go home. Eat your Campbell's soup and don't show up to the office. What the fuck are you doing? You're a journalist? Read some paper. Read some more paper.
There have been
You couldn't read this shit before you got in? Are you so high that you can't fucking comprehend the fucking shit you memorized 5 minutes ago? Why the fuck do you keep looking down at your paper? We need Andrew Callaghan doing the interview for Channel 5. That's a true Democrat asking RFK a question. This is a devil retard from Pfizer.
studies that show that because of vaccine
Let's-
disinformation, there could have been 100 to 200,000.
Hey, someone said it. You ready? There it was. Disinformation. Disinformation. Not misinformation. Disinformation. We're not saying it was misinformed. We're saying they directly deceived people. It was the word we invented right after we tried to cancel Joe Rogan.
Lives in the U.S. saved. But because people didn't get the vaccine, that's why. I'm not saying that it entirely.
You
let
are
me finish.
saying
Let me finish.
nonsense. You are saying
You are saying nonsense. Exactly. You stupid fucking loser.
something that you cannot show me
Okay.
a single.
Okay. Actually, I have all the authority in the world, and all I'm doing is reading pieces of paper, and I couldn't even show up and fucking take the facts in before I got into my makeup chair. I couldn't even spend the fucking hour on my phone while in the makeup chair to figure out the fucking facts. And now I'm sitting here with you, and now I'm being canceled by the right. Okay. Here comes the authority. You ready? She's gonna act like she's insulted, like she has some sort of authority over RFK. Like RFK gives a fuck about being in the room with her. As if her ratings didn't go up quadruple by RFK showing up to the room. She's going to act like she invited him there. Like she has some sort of authority now. Watch. As she couldn't do her fucking job of reading the paper before she showed up to do the interview, she's now going to act insulted when somebody says, yes, you are part of the problem, with no response. Do COVID-19 vaccines help children?
I am not saying nonsense.
You
I
are
am
talking what
Excuse
somebody
me.
told you.
Excuse me.
Somebody told
Let
you.
me-
Cite me the study.
What study?
Cite me
No,
the study.
What studies are
Cite me the
you
study.
talking about?
What studies are you talking about? He's saying there isn't one, you fucking moron. He's saying there isn't one, you fucking moron. You're the one with the studies. You're the one with the 18 pieces of paper. You're the one that every time that he says anything has to wait for your earpiece and then look around on your fucking piece of paper. And as somebody that used to work for your fucking show, I would know. You know nothing. You walk in 5 minutes before you go on the air. And that might be the fucking problem. You're not a part of your own fucking TV show.
Now, you're talking about studies that actually don't exist. I want to talk about.
Cite me the
I am
study
not-
that you're
Cite
talking
me the
about.
study. Cite me. I'm not going to cite you a study. He literally said, cite me any study that even says that it was beneficial to children over non-benefit.
I'm not here
You've
to
seen
defend.
studies. Cite me the study.
This is not productive. I am not here to defend.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You are literally here defending it. You are defending Big Pharma. You already brought up fucking COVID-19, and the next question off the bat was gain of function research. Though you have yet on CNN to draw the conclusion that gain of function research has anything to do with COVID. We need to lobby to make sure that RFK keeps gain of function research, but it's talking about the past and we need to move on to connect those two dots. Give me a fucking break, lady.
All of the. Let me
You're
finish.
talking nonsense.
Let
You're
me
making
finish.
assertions you can't
Yeah.
support, and then I
Facts.
call you on them. You're telling me that I'm arguing.
Okay,
with
do you want to talk about assertions that you can't support? I'll get there in a second.
Oh, what? No, get there right now, you dumb fucking bitch. You're a journalist. Get there right the fuck now. More reading of pieces of paper. Goddamn loser. Definitely being demonetized for this one, guys. So make sure you double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe, throw those super chats, help support the channel. $4 a month, that's the big one. Help support the channel with those memberships. YouTube this last week gives every single user a free 7-day trial of a membership. I guarantee you my memberships are the ones that are worth it. Help support the channel. Keep us off the fucking backs of whoever is the devil incarnate on the back of Dana Bash right now. Because Jesus Christ, as someone that used to work for her show and The Daily Show, God damn, Dana. God damn. I know you didn't show up until 5 minutes before your show to start with normally, but this ain't no normal show, motherfucker. This ain't no normal show. This is RFK. Come with your facts. Stop looking at your paper.
Let me just say, for the record, that I am not saying that the entire way that the COVID reaction was accurate. It was a scary time, and
Oh, that's the admission of guilt. It was a scary time, and it might not have all been accurate. You've already said the word disinformation. You've already made assertions that he is advocating against all of the vaccines. You've made the assertion that COVID-19 vaccine was great for everyone. When asked to back up those facts by saying, was it good for any child, or even just equal for any child, you can't give it. And now you're saying that you'll get to the assertions later, but that it was a scary time for everyone. Oh, gee golly. Oh, thank you. I hate this. This person is the person that gets you fired from your job. And then they turn around 5 years later when they got fired and they go, well, I just didn't know. I'm sorry. I can't ever admit I'm wrong.
people made mistakes. Absolutely.
Did you make a mistake? Don't say people. Did you make a mistake? Did you go on national TV and tell every motherfucker in Botunk fucking Idaho to put a mask on no matter where the fuck they were going, even into the barn? Did you do that or not?
Scaring people.
Why are you saying that?
Because you told people in Idaho in their own barn to put a fucking mask on to go outside.
That was the job of CNN.
Okay.
Was to put
Okay,
the
stop.
Chirons up.
Okay,
Yep.
How many
Yep.
people are...
We were
Yep.
trying to.
Okay, stop. Okay, we were trying to help people. No, you were trying to make sure that everyone in America that wasn't in New York City wore a mask when they were socially distanced outside. You made everyone in New York wear a mask not socially distanced outside. The fucking foredrawn conclusion? Masks were never relevant outside.
We were listening to the leaders in this country,
You were listening to Fauci. Thank you very much. Now apologize.
including the president, who had a daily press conference.
Oh my God. Again, we were listening to the leaders of the country, and the leaders of the country it was all Donald Trump's fault. Joe Biden was never in charge. We never had a black press secretary. Fucking the guy in charge of the COVID-19 pandemic wasn't the same guy through and through. No. Over at CNN, it was all Donald Trump's fault.
Explaining what was going on and trying to
Were you listening?
Talk to measles.
Actually, were you reading the science yourself?
The measles cases in the U.S. just reached a 35-year high.
Okay.
The second record-breaking year in a row.
Again. Why are you a journalist? You should be fired immediately. Go home. Come back when you can take the train ride to CNN's headquarters and read this fucking stat on your way there. Every actor in America memorizes their lines on their way to their Broadway performance, and Dana Bash, doing the biggest interview in television over the next week, can't get her fucking head out of her fucking desk. What the fuck?
Percent of these cases are among the unvaccinated. The outbreak is happening on your watch.
And we're supposed to listen to her over RFK.
Before becoming HHS secretary for years.
She's a journalist asking questions? No, a journalist already knows what the fuck is going on. They're not reading a blue piece of paper. And if you know anything about production, a blue piece of paper is a revision. It's a blue script, which means there was a white script, which means that before RFK got here, while they were in makeup at some point, they went, oh no, we got to give her a revision of her script. Why? Because she's not here to have an interview. She's here to have a narrative.
The leading voices questioning the efficacy of vaccines. Do you accept some responsibility for this measles outbreak?
Absolutely not. First of all, this is an international outbreak. So, and we're doing better at handling it than any country in the world. Mexico has 15 times the amount of measles per capita that we have. Canada has 4 times the amount of measles.
So it's an international thing. And again, you're like CNN could just be saying that. CNN could be covering this every day, and the COVID people, and they could be getting the same ratings they need to. But they're bought and paid for by Pfizer. So the advocacy is about making sure that RFK doesn't ban gain-of-function research. That's why they took this interview. It has nothing to do with finding founded facts or clarity to anybody or ratings or anything. It has to do with the people in charge of the pharmaceutical reps are upset that now they're not going to be able to do the same thing they were doing that got us here to begin with.
2 times the amount of measles. Did I cause those measles outbreaks?
You're the most famous.
Did I cause 130?
Wait. So she's going to draw the assertion now that he's anti-vax, but she can't draw the assertion that she did anything at all wrong during the last 12 months of COVID. During those 12 months of COVID, CNN's Dana Bash did 0 things wrong, but RFK is single-handedly responsible for measles?
7,000 cases.
You're the most famous vaccine skeptic on the planet.
Let me tell you, because actually Anthony Fauci in his diaries answers the question about why we're having a measles outbreak right now. The reason we're having a measles outbreak because of the COVID lockdowns, because people did not, children
stayed inside
during that period, did not get vaccinated. And in his diaries, he says this is going to cause.
Yeah, and it's not, and it wasn't just in America. It was because the media told everyone to stay inside across the globe. So if you were scared, you weren't going to the doctor's office to get yourself hooked up to a ventilator. So if you had a newborn, you didn't get your vaccines. That's how measles spreads.
Massive outbreaks.
And the anti-vaccine guy on CNN explaining to her that not getting the vaccine is how this happened.
And more children, he says this, are going to die. Let me finish, because you could accuse me of something. Now, let me.
No, I didn't. I asked you a question.
Yeah.
Oh,
let
my
me give you the answer. He says in his diaries, more children are going to die from measles because of these lockdowns than COVID. So if you want to know, and that age group that should have gotten the MMR when they're 18 months and didn't get it, they're the ones being infected.
Yes.
The people in this country,
He's
and we
advocating
have
for the
the
vaccine.
Outbreaks at record speed in South Carolina,
wanted.
in Texas, in Utah, in Virginia.
Watch them spin
We've
it into
done
how
better
he's
than any country in the
responsible
world. I dispatch immediately the epidemic.
She's not even listening. She's looking down at her paper again.
Intelligence services.
It's fucking
to those
unreal.
states. I get on the phone with the governor and we stop them in their tracks. Nobody else has been able to do that.
You have a bully pulpit.
Let me tell you just one last thing.
Go ahead.
The communities that are suffering from measles are almost all religious communities that just don't vaccinate. The Mennonites have not vaccinated since 1796, since Edward Jenner invented the smallpox vaccine.
Right.
It's hard to blame that on me
Okay.
as much as you want to blame it
No, I
on
don't want to
me.
blame you. I'm asking you because you have a very.
Well, I'm asking. I'm not blaming. I'm asking you. These are the evilest people. Evilest people.
Powerful voice on these issues for people who are skeptical. Let me finish.
And we
Let me
asked,
finish.
and I've never questioned the efficacy of the MMR vaccine.
Never
Okay, let me-
questioned it.
let me finish.
Never has he ever said that the measles vaccine isn't founded, great, scientific fucking medicine. Never. But you're now here trying to do an interview where you don't admit fault for COVID, you still work for Pfizer, and the entire perspective of the interview is to lobby the healthcare secretary on why we need to continue to allow gain-of-function research. They would have never done this interview other than the fact that the people that own the network, Pfizer, are mad that they can't keep doing gain-of-function research because he stopped that. That was what started the interview. It was blah, 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 COVID, blah, 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 COVID. And then it was, how do you fix the next pandemic if you stop gain-of-function research, you crazy person? And no fault, no admission of fault from anyone at CNN, just complete advocacy towards gain-of-function research. Because again, it's all about the Pfizer lobby. This isn't a real interview. This is a lobby. This is literally the fucking pharmaceutical lobby talking to RFK going, please, let us do the fucking thing where we fucking do another COVID. We have to, or we will keep getting measles. The only way to get the super measles vaccine is if we have gain-of-function research. And you stopped that, sir. That's what they're trying to say in the narrative. But they can't really do that, and it all kind of blew up on them again, because again, they have to keep skating around the fact that they did nothing wrong. They literally act just like Donald Trump. They act like they did nothing wrong at all. They do zero wrong. Like, Donald Trump never admits fault, nor does CNN's Dana Bash. They're one and the same. How disgusting is that? The news network that tells you that Trump's lying is just a big of a fucking liar as Donald Trump is himself.
What I want you to do is please use your bully pulpit to right now, as we're getting close to.
I just want everyone here on our Pfizer network to advocate for Pfizer vaccine. So please, we only have 8 minutes left. We have to reconstruct this. Explain to them why they get gain-of-function research and why vaccines are good. Let's stop talking about COVID. Let's stop talking about Fauci. Let's stop talking about people that died of fucking autism. And let's start talking about how we're going to use our bully pulpit so that we can make sure that everyone gets a fucking gain-of-function research measles super vaccine next year.
School.
Okay? Okay?
Are you willing to say to parents who have not vaccinated their kids that they should vaccinate their kids for measles because it is safe and it will help them save their children's lives?
We tell people on my websites, my public
Right now,
pronouncement, I'll
look
say
into the
it right
camera.
now that
Right now, look into the camera. Because again, he is an actual health official. Go to his website and he'll tell you if it's safe or not. He's not going to blanketly tell you that something's safe. But again, CNN has no problem doing that. Anything brought to you by Pfizer is absolutely safe, no matter what they say. Your doctor said something? Well, did your insurance company say the same thing? If not, the insurance company is right. It's very easy. We're on CNN. We listen to facts. We listen to facts here. Look into the camera, RFK, and tell everybody that anything that your insurance company says is true.
What? Should get their children vaccinated for measles. A measles vaccine is effective. It stops measles in about 97% of the cases. Well, people should get vaccinated.
Can I ask you, the Wall Street Journal reported that.
Okay, so you just said it to the camera, and then you just go back to the paper, back to the paper. It's 97% effective, and people should take the measles vaccine. Literally what he said.
The president is pressuring you
On
to
CNN.
conduct studies probing the link between vaccines and autism.
Blah, 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 blah. Let's go to autism.
Did you say probing the link?
I'm just quoting the Wall Street Journal. That the president wants you to.
I'm just reading my papers. I don't really do journalism here. I'm just Dana Bash. I just read papers.
Go further to probe the link between autism.
Can't even take
and
credibility
vaccines.
for her own quote
certainly
in her own
does.
interview.
Okay. Now, Have you talked to him about medical research that have studied this for 25 years and found no link between autism and vaccines? And just this is my question here.
And here's the problem. And see how she jumped on him? Because he went to go answer that. Because if he's going to answer that question, he's just going to debunk the study that she's quoting. Because he's saying, have you talked to Donald Trump about how there have been no founded evidence for the last 30 years of deep, hard research? Well, RFK is going to tell you about that research because he actually knows. He's not looking at a piece of paper with all of his fun facts. He's going to just, out of his brain, go, well, actually, the research that you're quoting for the last 30 years is wrong, and this is why it's wrong, and this is what we're doing to try to find fucking facts, you crazy pharmaceutical rep.
I don't want to litigate that. My question
Yeah, I don't want to litigate that. I don't want you to jump all over me. I want to know why you're not asking Trump to condemn something. But I don't want you to litigate why you won't condemn something. Now, why won't you tell Trump not to condemn something?
HHS secretary now. Why not study what could cause autism, which scientists do believe starts with fetal brain development? Why not do some studies on that, whether you're an environmental lawyer, whether there are environmental factors that go into...
Who do you think is funding the study that's doing that? He's the HHS secretary. He's funding all studies, you idiot. But you're over here trying to proposition your audience into a perspective where RFK is over here only giving deep research to people that aren't doing fetal research? You really think he's doing... We're doing zero fetal research. We're doing only research from vaccines. We're just trying to debunk vaccines and destroy the United States. We're not trying to actually cure autism. That's the narrative she's trying to build with that questioning.
Contributing to a predisposed genetic situation.
Well, let me say this first. We're doing all those things, and that's one of the ways that we found Tylenol. There's 73 studies out there and linked Tylenol exposure during later pregnancy and during the perinatal period to autism onset. But you are wrong when you say that this issue has been studied.
Yes,
it has been studied.
From one side.
I am because I don't want.
Yeah,
I don't.
Because I don't mean to argue with you, but I'm looking at all my papers and it looks like it's really been studied. I'm looking at all my papers. I'm not a real doctor, but I'm just looking at all my papers and it's telling me that it's studied. The person in my ear from corporate America is telling me it's studied.
Use our air to say this. There have been more than 40 studies involving
40 studies involving non-vaccine regulated autism studying.
1.6 million people to conclude there is no link between vaccines and autism. This is the head of the Committee of Infectious Diseases for the American Academy of Pediatrics.
And let me tell you,
Big Brother is far, far ahead of us now. Now to stop it, Michael. Big Brother is reading from a blue revised script on CNN. I think Big Brother's about to collapse, buddy. Big Brother brought their revised script and can't get their fucking head out of their desk. Big Brother's fucking over.
Which is the National Academy
They didn't even show up to the fucking
which
interview.
Is the ultimate arbiter on vaccine safety, in which it does not have an interest in this debate. It says that...
Alex Wagner is a big piece of shit spreading disinformation. You're right. Alex Wagner on MS Now does spread nothing but disinformation. Alex R. Wagner tells you the truth, though, just like RFK.
Of the 8 vaccines that are administered during the first 6 months of life have ever been studied for relationship to autism. It found 2 studies, one on the DTP vaccine, that showed that it does cause autism, and one on the hepatitis B.
Oh fuck! You see the relay? The relay is like 3 seconds off. She's getting the fucking tap in her fucking brain. Hey, don't let him say that. Don't let him say that on the air.
Vaccine. That again suggests that it does cause autism.
She's going to jump
The
all over.
Institute of Medicine dismissed those 2 studies because they were based on CDC's database. The studies that you're referring to are all for one vaccine, the MMR vaccine, or one ingredient, thimerosal.
So you are actually looking at, you're starting new studies to try to link autism, but you're also telling me...
I'm not trying to link autism to anything. I'm trying to find out why has autism gone
Are you
from
also
less
trying
than
to...
Facts. You're not trying to do anything with autism. Trying to figure out why the fuck they're getting it.
Also trying to find out how it interacts with people's DNA, what's predisposed to have an autistic child? Are you doing
Jesus
both?
Christ. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, she's like reading these things. She can't even fucking, dude. Don't take the interview if you can't show up, homie. Don't take the interview if you can't show up.
You probably don't understand this because you're not a scientist, but genes
you're not
don't
either.
cause.
Well, you're not either. You're right. But at least he's fucking coming with 0 papers on his desk. Guys, like, it's just fucking Captain Obvious here. You have one person right here talking, looking at the human being, nothing on the desk. And then you have one person here that can't fucking interact because she's got fucking 1,000 revised blue script papers all over her fucking desk. But again, we're supposed to think that this person is just as educated as this person. 0 information, just talking from his head. Okay? This is fucking Big Brother here, guys. Goddamn Big Brother with their fucking revised blue script. They couldn't even just keep it white papers. They couldn't even just do a revised script and just like, fucking send it out the old-fashioned way. They had to send it out like they're on a fucking set for Marvel Studios. Oh, guys, quick. RFK had a little bit different information for the interview today. Send to Dana Bash the new revised blue script. Holy shit, people. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is so insane.
Cause epidemics.
I understand. Genes,
They can provide a
epidemics.
vulnerability.
A
but they- but you
gene
need
provides
an environmental
That's
exposure.
what I'm asking. Are you studying the
We're
environmental
looking
exposure?
at all the different environmental exposures, but your statement, you have been fooled. Your statement that this has been studied is not true. It's categorically.
It is
Thank you.
considered-
Thank you. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You let that out on the Pfizer network? Good luck with sponsorships next month. Ouch. Ouch. They got the ratings up, but I think they just lost somebody.
It is
Oh, no.
considered.
Considered
decided
Who?
By who? By my papers. By my papers.
by every scientist who has studied this.
That is not
Okay, so the people that have decided that it's founded fact are the people that studied it. Got it.
true. I
It
can
is
give you
true.
hundreds of scientists who have
I
looked
can
at this.
interview hundreds of scientists who would say it's not been studied.
On the one hand, do you understand why
It's the
people aren't
National
getting?
Academy of Sciences. What greater authority
Do you
have?
understand why people are not?
National
getting-
Academy of Sciences, what greater authority is that, has said it hasn't been permanently studied.
Measles vaccines because they're hearing you say that it could cause
Jesus
autism.
Christ, the
I'm not.
manipulation.
It's very much
Yeah, you are.
related.
Show me one of the studies that's been done on the first 8 the vaccines during the first 6 months of life. You will not find them. The National
First
Academy of
6 months of
Sciences.
life,
So if
will
that's
not
the
find
case,
out.
then why
exist.
are you telling people to get the measles vaccine?
Because that is one of the vaccines that has been studied.
Okay.
Holy shit. And then she goes, well, if that's the truth, then why would you let people take the measles vaccine? Because that's a fucking vaccine that's been studied. Holy shit, guys. Wow. Common sense today on Sunday News. What is going on? They want the common sense slip out. Like a fucking gas chamber on CNN's interview. Oh my God, common sense is bleeding out into the world, everybody. Take the measles vaccine and don't take the fucking autism one? What? No fucking way.
It's the only one that has been studied.
The only
you
one
want-
that's been studied. Facts. Wait, don't take mRNA fucking vaccines, but take the fucking measles one? Wait a minute. Who is this guy?
People to get the.
Did you guys hear that yesterday that AOC said that she would be on board to potentially back a meeting with her and RFK and MAGA alone outside of MAGA, M-A-G-A, for Maha with RFK? She's basically asking for endorsements from RFK through the Socialist Democrats of America. RFK has yet to respond. I don't think that RFK really can respond until he's out of the Trump administration. But people don't understand how blue RFK is. And if AOC is basically already saying, "Hey, RFK, it's time you want to take over the fucking Democrats. Here we go." Guys, we're two and a half years away. We're 829 days until the election. And I'm telling you, that article I read last night, AOC and RFK might end up on the same page in 2028 yelling at Dana Bash. This is
the
crazy,
MMR
the
vaccine.
way that they're
Yeah,
continuing to defend the medical system that ruined our lives collectively. The reason that big Democrats are losing, the big reason that rhinos are losing is because CNN and the medical industry lied to us. And people are going to pay attention to RFK, and people are going to pay attention to AOC, and the ones that are in the in-between are going to, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get people who are like, I hate RFK, he's got brain worms, but that's because they hate Donald Trump. And you got people that are going to say, I hate AOC, and she's a communist, and that's because they fucking love Donald Trump. But the fucking 4% that win elections in America, the independent voting base, common sense reigns supreme on Sunday morning news today, guys.
That already.
Okay, so
I know you're flustered now, and it is.
Double tap. Hit
I'm
that
not
like
frustrated
button.
at all.
Because
I am
Become a
frustrated.
member, $4
Honest
The
with
reason
you.
I'm frustrated is because
And you repeat
you
things
are
saying
the
the experts say
HHS,
yes.
you are the HHS secretary, and you are talking about things that lead to vaccine hesitancy.
Again, I don't know how you're acting like he's not a credible fucking character that you're interviewing while you have a blue revised script all over your desk, head in the fucking sand, and he has no notes and is answering every one of your questions honestly and with integrity and with scientific fact. You look like a fucking idiot, lady. No one is listening to this on the 4% independent side and going, oh, actually, RFK is just as insane as Donald Trump. I know that's what you wanted to walk in here and do, but what you walked out doing was looking like a shill for Pfizer.
In this country.
And after the healthcare
and it
CEO,
is
I think we're
something
done with
that
Pfizer, guys. I
causes
think we're done with
problems
this
for people.
Let me
when
ask
there
you-
is
CNN
not
shit.
anything.
Let me ask you something. Do you see your job as ending vaccine hesitancy, or do you see your job as telling the truth to the American people?
I see my job as telling the truth, and the truth is that.
Do you see your job as advocating for the vaccine or telling the truth to the American people? Thank you. And you want to know who else? I don't want to trigger anybody in the chat, but you want to know who else would also potentially ask that question in a heated argument? Mr. Bernie Sanders. So I'm just saying. I've heard that out of his mouth as well.
Study after study.
I know he's grifting for healthcare right now. He's a lobbyist. He's in Congress. He's been there for a while. But under the heat of the lid, the man is pointing out the same exact medical problem that RFK is pointing out. Why listen to Dana Bash and her sheet of blue fucking scripted paper revisions when it's clear, it's common sense to the 4% of us that actually control the U.S. government and control the voting body that this is nonsense. This is a Pfizer fucking bought interview. This entire 20 minutes was to lobby for gain-of-function research, and you died at your first fucking line of questioning because you realized you had to recant the COVID shit, and you can't do that live on the air in front of the anti-vaccine guy.
out there in science,
You're repeating
and it
it
is
like a parrot.
Yeah, you're repeating like a parrot. Facts. You're repeating like a parrot. You're repeating like a parrot. Yo, you're repeating like a parrot. Oh my God, guys, I gotta show you guys this meme I saw earlier. Dana Bash parrot. You're repeating like a parrot. Oh my God, I think it was in here. Was it? Is it in here? Oh, I got all the lefties in this one. There is one where they morphed Dana Bash into a parrot on it. Oh my God, it's so crazy.
You're repeating
So are
it
you.
like a parrot.
So
I've
are you.
actually read the science.
You
and
don't
I
wanna-
come
you
So
don't
are you. No, he's not. No, he's not. Every minute that you give him on the air to speak, he is giving you data and sounded facts. Every moment that you speak, you repeat the same thing, which is the scientists say, he just said this, the highest governing body of scientists say that this has not been researched. Your response? My script says.
here and debate the
So
science.
I'm not debating this with you.
Of course you are.
No.
I'm not debating this with you. Of course you're not.
I'm not
All you
debating
know how
this.
to do
Facts.
is repeat things that people.
Facts. Pull this back. Watch this.
Repeat
And
it
it is
like
Jerry.
You're repeating
So are
it
you.
like a parrot.
So are
I've
you.
actually read the science.
No,
Let's
watch. He's not. Listen to this.
see
This is crazy
your
how she
job
says, so are you, and he's
as
not.
ending vaccine hesitancy, or do you see your job as telling the truth to the American people?
I see my job as telling the truth, and the truth is that there is is study after study after study. It's one of the most studied things out there in science.
You're repeating
and it
it
is
like a parrot. You're repeating
So are
it
you.
like a parrot.
Yeah.
So are
I've
you.
actually read the science. Let's use
Did RFK just make himself a fucking presidential candidate again? Holy shit.
come back here and debate the
So
science.
I'm not debating this with you.
Of course you won't.
No, because I'm not
All you
debating
know how to
also-
do.
We're only sitting here across the table on CNN. I'm not debating this with you. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you here then, Dana?
Repeat things that people told you and say, trust the experts. That's what you did during COVID.
Yep.
Now we know that Anthony Fauci, who was the expert, was lying about everything. About masks, about
Facts.
social distancing, about
Facts. It's proof.
natural immunity, about the transmission from the vaccine,
Facts.
about the source of COVID. He was lying, and you were punishing people for
Yes.
not trusting the experts.
Yes.
And now you're rolling
Yes.
out the experts
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Rolling out the
to talk
experts
about
again, you
something that
insane
you
person.
have no personal knowledge.
Yeah, like, are you fucking? You want to know why he's so pissed off? It's like it's the same reason I'm so pissed off. Like, it's the same reason that people in the chat are so pissed off. Like, you just say sorry and stop doing it. You're still gonna you're not even gonna apologize, but now you're gonna keep doing it. Why? Why are you still doing it?
Good job.
Okay, well, guess what? That is my job to talk.
Your job is to read your blue revised script, to stick your head in the sand and repeat yourself like a parrot? That's what a journalist does? Because I'm pretty sure a journalist is Andrew Callaghan. I'm pretty sure a journalist is fucking Nick Shirley. I'm pretty sure a journalist is fucking Ruthless Ben. I'm pretty sure a motherfucking journalist is not you. What the fuck?
to people.
Your job is to
Am I
tell the
allowed to
truth
talk?
to the American
yes,
public.
yes. And
Yes.
my job
And
is
to
to
be-
get as
and
much
do it.
information as I can.
Right, okay, your job is to tell the truth to the American public. Guys, look at what she's doing here. This is the truth. That's the truth. That's what she's got. That's the science. The same science that got you that divorce. That same science that closed your bakery. That same science that told you that you will be arrested with your family at an outdoor football game. That same fucking science. And now you're not allowed to bring up the past at all. We're moving into the future. The future of what? Well, it isn't white papers this time. It's blue ones. Because if you know anything about film production, we're in the second act. We're in the blue revision, guys. Next will be the pink revision. So for our second COVID-19 pandemic, we get CNN's blue revision, guys. We get the blue revised COVID doctrine from CNN. And from RFK, we just get an empty table of facts. Wow.
I can.
And to maintain
what we were doing,
a posture
what we were
of
doing,
fierce skepticism
what we
toward
were
government
doing
authority.
in COVID and still, with regard.
What we were doing at COVID, in COVID, and still. So you're doing the same thing. So again, it's exactly what I said it was. This is the blue revision. You just revised the script. You're still reading a script. You're doing the exact same thing you were doing before. You just admitted that you're not doing anything differently. You don't want us to think that you have any different credibility than you had during COVID. So that means, guys, if you thought that CNN was going to become more credible at all over the next 6 years, they just admitted on the air that they don't think that they did anything wrong during COVID at all. Like, the only way you can watch CNN and believe it now is if you believe every single thing they told you during COVID. Because she is sitting here on the air telling you their job then is the same thing that their job is now, and she's got a blue revision in front of her. So we're just watching the blue revision of the COVID pandemic, now live, episode 2, season 2, revision 2, CNN,
vaccines
guys.
is getting the best information, the best science that we can.
Getting the
and
best
putting it
script
out
we
there.
possibly can, getting the best script we possibly can, and repeating it over and over and over again.
And, sir, what you are doing is causing.
What you are doing is reading a script. And the first script ruined people's lives. The first script got people killed, ruined fucking families, got people divorced, destroyed businesses, arrested moms, sons, daughters, dads for no reason, arrested human beings for swimming outside, for exercising, for running, killed people in fucking communities where they weren't allowed to see their loved ones and say goodbye. And now you are doing the same thing again, the same narrative again. This time it's the blue revision. Unreal.
Information to be out there that is not accurate.
Who was lying to
The
you?
National Academy.
Your science is not accurate. Yep, because we already wrote our script earlier today, and I know we have a blue revision, which means that we had to write a second script because we fucked something up here. But at the same time, our script is facts. And you as the healthcare secretary coming with just your fucking brain sitting down and being the head of our health? Yeah, you're not talking about facts. We bring the facts here at CNN with our script and our head in the fucking sand.
Of Sciences, which you just cited, in November, said we support the statement that vaccines do not cause autism. This is the National Academy of Sciences that you just talked about.
Look at the National Academy of Science most recent report.
Okay.
Yep.
And you'll see.
I don't have time for that. I'm not debating you on that. I'm just trying to get a clickbait fucking clip, and I already got my clickbait clip. And my clickbait clip is I ask you that question, we cut to your face, and then we cut the fucking YouTube short. And our little woke fucking blue-haired people get what they want. But the fact is that CNN tried to act like they were for the 4% independents, that they were for us, that they were for the RFK, the AOC, the Bernie Sanders. And now they just admitted live on the air that they believe their job is to do the same thing their job was to do in 2020.
Another question, because it's something that really did help Donald Trump get elected, and that is the Maha movement.
Wait. Did Donald Trump get elected? Why are we talking about the past? I thought we were here to talk about the future. Now we're going to talk about the past. Right at the end of the interview, guys. We got 90 seconds left. Let's talk about Donald Trump and the past.
And specifically the question of processed foods.
Of what?
Processed foods and the fact that people want to feel that their food is safe. My understanding is that you're pushing for reforms on food safety and ultra-processed foods that have been slowed, in some cases blocked, by people in the administration who are working on behalf of the industry. Is that true?
No.
See, now she's trying to get infighting. She's trying to get him fired. Because she's like, I just spent 19 minutes attacking you and saying that you're this disgusting Republican with brain worms, and that's saying nothing, and that you know nothing. And now I'm going to lead the line of questioning that you're a Democrat infiltrating the Maha movement. That there are all these people that are working for Nabisco Snacks over at Donald Trump land, and that you're the Democrat that's actually kind of destroying that. Now they're framing it up so that he has to act like these people don't exist. Yes, they exist. Yes, he's an outsider. Yes, he's a Democrat. Yes, he's trying to destroy Nabisco. Yes, he's trying to destroy processed foods. And what is CNN doing? Ending their interview, trying to set this guy up as a Democrat to get fired for getting rid of the fucking processed snacks. Maybe it's the fact that when we go to commercial on CNN, the first thing you're going to see is a fucking Pringles ad.
That is not true.
So you feel that you'll be able to get these reforms done without any problems?
I think the two big reforms that you're probably talking about is ultra-processed food definition.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And the GRAS standards.
Yes.
And they've both gone through extensive interagency process. I'm very confident that we will get them both out there within probably a month.
Well,
and again, what is she doing by doing that? She's trying to lobby himself against himself. Are there other? Why didn't you pass them? Those are things that CNN and their audience want. Well, why didn't you pass them? Are there people inside Donald Trump land that hate you? Yeah, he's going to sit here on CNN and vent to you after you just tried to say that he was a fucking crazy conspiracy theorist with right-wing Republican with no science behind him, brainworm, fucking ivermectin, goddamn Joe Rogan guy. You just labeled them that for 19 minutes, and then you turned around for the last minute of it and go, hey, Democrat, why aren't you able to pass those processed food things? We really want them, but, it seems like there's a bunch of people in your way. Fucking bullshit. Just anything to try to work for corporate America is CNN's job.
And I'm one of them who are very worried about making sure that our kids eat food and we eat food that is healthy.
Of course you are.
I'm sorry that this turned into.
I'm sorry it turned into fuck off. Now she's trying to act nice because, again, what's her last motive? Lobby for Pringles.
Very contentious conversation, and
it
my
was
job
gonna be.
is to try to get the best information out there, and it does.
No, your job, I thought, was the facts. Now your job is to get the best information out there. What is the best information, guys? You notice that? They changed it. They literally, their motto, like CNN's motto was an apple, and then it said only the facts. Soon as Donald Trump came into office, because they called him fake news, their thing was CNN, only the facts. Now Dana Bash is ending her interview saying, my job is to give you the best information out there.
Me when,
best information out there,
you come
not the
in
facts.
and say things that have
The best information.
Take what you're saying have been
Well, your experts tell you. Yeah, exactly.
people who have scientific backgrounds.
Yeah, the ones that pay for our advertisement. Thank you
And
very
who
much.
I know have tried
Have
to
a great
talk
day.
to you as well. Thank you.
And then I will talk to you as well. And I will yell at you about how you were a MAGA guy, but in reality, you're not MAGA, and you might even be on a ticket with AOC. That's pretty crazy, guys. All right, getting into our second hour of the news, guys. Make sure you double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe, send people into the algorithm. Tell us who you're voting for, who is going into our runoff in the poll. Oh my God, it's an all-Republican day again. We got Mr. J.D. Vance going up against Mr. Marco Rubio in our second hour of the show. Stay with us, everybody. Help support the channel the best way you can help support the channel so that I don't have to get sponsors next month, because we're looking like we're going to end up having to get sponsors next month, guys. Help support the channel. Become a member, $4 a month, and get the news 7 days a week live, at least 4 to 6 hours a day. Who will be president in 2028. 828 days until election, and we've got Mr. J.D. Vance with 77 wins up against Mr. Marco Rubio with 4 wins. Get your vote in now. Hour 2 of our show starts now. And we're going to start with Mr. Bernie Sanders here, but let's double check, make sure we don't have any breaking news coming out right now out of the cycle. Yes, we do. It looks like we got a little bit here. Ohio Republican Max Miller denies abuse, ex-wife and daughter, vows to stay in the race. RFK Jr. was on CNN Sunday defending the administration's record on measles as the nation broke a 3-decade record in cases. It led to some sharp exchanges, and that was the end of the breaking news for the hour. Let's get into it. Bernie Sanders on Meet the Press.
Senator Sanders, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Good to be with you.
It's wonderful
Indoor
to have
voice?
you back, particularly
I'm gonna lose
ahead
my
of
voice
these
today,
big
man.
elections coming up
lose my
on
voice with that
Tuesday.
COVID
I
shit.
do want to start.
Whenever that COVID shit gets into our live stream, that COVID shit blows up our live stream. We always get over 1,000 people in our live stream with that shit. And I always get extremely heated. And I think I know why. I think it's because we all relate to what that motherfucking pandemic did to all of us together. Do not forget COVID, guys. Especially do not forget this Christmas and this Christmas season to go watch Christmas in Florida, now available on Amazon Prime. It's the only feature film on any streaming service that stars Dr. Fauci. It's the only Christmas movie that ends on January 6th. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. $4 a month memberships, but other than that, go watch Christmas in Florida on Amazon Prime, guys.
So with
it's quite
the
fascinating.
state of play for the Democratic Party, you really were one of the top people who brought democratic socialism into the mainstream, Senator. And a new poll finds that 1/3 of Democratic-leaning voters now identify as Democratic Socialists. And we've seen, quite frankly,
people upset
Democratic
about the healthcare.
Socialists win in primaries.
The people that are like those 34% are just as frustrated with Dana Bash as the RFK supporters.
Throughout this election cycle so far.
They just don't know.
But are you confident that Democratic Socialists can win in general elections in purple states?
Well, I am, but I'm mostly confident.
Also remember that his number one guy, the El Sayed, the Muslim guy in Michigan, he's running for the Senate, and he's literally, like, the lady is outspending him 11-1. The lady, Stevens, she's got fucking $59 million from AIPAC, and he's still leading in the polls.
That the American people know that our country today is moving in a very, very bad direction. At a time when we have more income and wealth inequality than we've ever had in the history of America. What's going on now makes the Gilded Age of Rockefeller look like a egalitarian utopia. What's going on now is that millions of our people right now in the richest country on earth, they're struggling to put food on the table.
See, RFK is saying the same thing, but to the guys. And then Bernie comes in here and he says it's all like the fucking people that got their balls cut off.
Pay for health care, pay for
Also,
their
he's
rent,
got my
pay for
vote.
their
He's got
mortgage.
mine now too. At this point, guys, he said that he was not anti-AIPAC. He's not anti-Israel, and he's currently beating the AIPAC Israel candidate by who got $59 million, and he's got like $2 million in his campaign. It's pretty crazy.
You got
like
half of older
and he
workers-
also said he wasn't a democratic socialist. He's just on board with the like anti-war movement kind of stuff.
who have nothing in savings as they face retirement. You're seeing kids unable to afford to go to college in the richest country in the history of the world. So people all over America are looking around and saying, hey, wait a minute. The very richest people are becoming richer. Elon Musk himself, one man, owns more wealth by far than the bottom half of American households. What?
And again, I think this works for Democrats that are in the middle. It doesn't work for Republicans that are in the middle. Like libertarian people are like, well, let Elon do his thing. He has a lot of good and whatever else. The liberal people, though, that are very like take down the government, sitting out there fucking in the streets with their peace signs, Hamas, whatever. That's what we're doing. We're joining everybody. RFK and AOC will potentially join together everyone under a like healthcare promise, and might topple the fucking actual
in God's
oligarchs
name
in
is going on.
Congress.
And people look at
And
the
Bernie's along
Republican
for the ride.
leadership and Donald Trump, and they say, you know, this guy's worried about a reflecting pool.
I hate his Jew
I can't
voice.
afford my retirement.
It's very tough, right? It's tough
He's
to get
starting
through
a
in
war in
2026.
Iran, costing us huge amounts of money, killing innocent people. 18 American servicemen are dead. What are they doing? And then you look at the Democratic Party leadership, which also gets them.
You know what it is? It's like the guy that gives you the joint, and you're like, you're smoking the joint with him, and he's talking about like, yo, the war, man. We just got to end of the wars. Fuck Donald Trump, man. Like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I mean, this guy's kind of annoying, but at the same time, I'm smoking a J with him. Like, that's Bernie Sanders.
Money like the Republicans from very wealthy people, and people are saying it's the
shut the fuck
Democratic
up, my
leadership
guy. Can we just
representing
be
ordinary
chill?
Americans. And I think it's people look at
You're
the
a chill
Republicans,
dude, but
they say no, they're out of touch. Look at the Democratic leadership, say no, they're out of touch.
Give
We
Bernie
need
a joint.
A radical idea that works for all people and not just for wealthy campaign contributors. That's why, from New York City with Mondani, and in Colorado, and in California, and in Montana, and I think you're going to see it in Michigan, people are saying enough is enough. You know, let's get a government that represents all of us. And I got to tell you something, Kristen, that part of the exasperation that the American people are feeling, it's not just an economy which is rigged. They're looking at a corrupt, underlying corrupt campaign finance system. And what you're seeing in Michigan right now
I mean, we have to dumb
is
down our comments so you
AIPAC,
can
other
understand.
billionaire-funded super PACs putting tens and tens of millions of dollars against Abdul El-Sayed in Minnesota.
That's true.
Against Peggy Flanagan, same thing. So you got billionaires buying elections.
I don't know who Penny Flanagan is. We'll have to check that one out. But El Sayed, I'm for him. Natural-born citizen, against the war, not against Israel, not a democratic socialist, literally beating the Stevens lady by a funding gap of 11-1. He has a 96% chance of winning the election on Kelchi right now, and AIPAC gave the Stevenson lady $59 million. Like, yeah, El Sayed deserves to win.
Government working for the billionaires and ordinary people saying, we want change. And that is why progressives, democratic socialists are doing so well.
See how he
all
walks
over
around
this
that?
country. They got an
Because El
agenda
Sayed has
that
literally
speaks to the
said
needs
out
of-
loud, like he said it on the stage, that he's not a democratic socialist. So he's like walking around at democratic socialists and progressives. We're all just one little fucking thing.
working families. they're prepared
He's
to
not a
stand up
Mondani.
to the
He
oligarchs.
won't
Let's
call it.
talk
He's
about
not an
Michigan.
AOC.
You raised
He's
it.
a little
Your
bit
endorsed candidate, Dr.
more
Abdul
in.
El-Sayed, is running against Congresswoman Haley Stevens. She is backed by much of the Democratic establishment that you're talking about, Senator. How confident are you that he's going to win on Tuesday? Can he pull out a victory?
He's going to win.
Look, he has taken on, I've never, you know, I'm not a political scientist, I cannot recall where a major candidate was outspent so much by super PAC.
I can. I know exactly who. You got $59 million from Stevenson onto the against this El Said character. But currently in Georgia, we have John Ossoff given $77 million by AIPAC to take down the Republican who is having Nick Fuentes on his compound. So if you're, again, remember, if you're in Michigan and you're voting a Democrat, you're voting against AIPAC. If you're in Georgia, you're voting for the AIPAC candidate that's actually funded with even more money from AIPAC because you have to condemn neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes.
I mean,
Same party,
tens and tens
different
of
result
millions of
based on your
dollars
state.
Against them. The polling recently looks good, but polls don't win.
But El
elections,
Said,
people
this is
do.
impressive.
So I would hope.
This is some
that
rocky
in
shit,
Michigan
guys.
and later next week in Minnesota. People understand the importance of this election. What's it about? It's not just whether Abdul can win or not, beat Haley Stevens. The question is whether or not we live in a democratic society where a candidate fighting for working people can take on tens and tens of millions of dollars of AIPAC money, special interest money. And I hope very much that Abdul wins. And I'll tell you why, on a kind of selfish reason. Everybody in America understands that our current healthcare system is totally broken. We're spending unbelievable amounts of money, twice as much per capita as the people of any other country. 85 million uninsured, underinsured.
Nick Fuentes is right. Welcome to the club.
Dr. El Sayed is somebody I need in the Senate as he fights for Medicare for. He's a doctor. He has seen the broken healthcare system. We need him to make sure that every man, woman, and child in this country has healthcare as a human right, as is the case in every other major country on earth.
Well, and as you know, Senator, it is going to be very hard for Democrats to win back the Senate if they do not win the state of Michigan. This is Senator Gary Peters.
Again, sweating AIPAC, and there's 18 more bigger super PACs, exactly, but it's super PAC money in general. The AIPAC thing is to get the super woke Democrats to vote for them. Because if you go, oh, it's anti-AIPAC funding, then they go, oh, that's anti-Israel, oh, okay. Reality is, guys, the Democratic Party gave $500 million to Ukraine, and Ukraine spent that money to build a bunch of drones and shoot down Iranian ships in the Caspian Sea. It all goes to the same place.
That we're talking about, he's back.
It all goes to the same place.
He argued that she's the more electable candidate.
It's all about
Here's
the hustle.
What he said, Senator.
It's anti-AIPAC.
You have to have a candidate who understands that winning a general election doesn't mean just
I'm anti-any PAC, all right?
turning out Democrats. You also have to appeal to a broader cross-section of your state. And Michigan is a true purple state. What do you think Dr. El Sayed will have to do in order to turn out moderates and independents to win a general election if he does win on Tuesday?
I think he's going to win. I think he'll win the whole
thing.
I
think Gary makes a good point.
They're going to put a lot of money into it.
The reason I think that Dr.
El Sayed will
win in Michigan
this El Sayed guy.
Is that if you're a working class Republican, you know what? You can't afford health care. You know the system is broken. You are struggling to figure out how you're going to retire with dignity. You understand that the current campaign finance system is broken. You understand that workers need decent wages, and El Sayed is fighting for a livable minimum wage. And by the way, if you're a Republican, you know, maybe we should be investing our money into Michigan, into Vermont, into America, rather than giving the extremist government of Netanyahu in Israel tens of billions of dollars to continue their atrocities against the Palestinians.
See, like, this is the problem. Is like Meet the Press is like, yo, we want your democratic politics, but we don't want your anti-Israel stuff.
Next question. Yeah.
I think if you're a working class, Republican in Michigan, I think you're going to listen to what.
And it's going to get tougher for the anti-Israel lobby people because we're getting into World War III territory, and we're getting into the territory where you're going to have to pick a side. And I think by November, it's going to be like pick a side territory. And if you're sitting here going, well, down with Israel, you're essentially saying, like, instill the IRGC in Times Square. And it's like, all right, let's calm down.
El Sayed says you're going to, and I think
at a certain point, you need the 9/11 and put your goddamn naked cowboy shorts on, you know?
You just said Dr. El Sayed has made Israel a central issue in his primary. He said he, quote, often struggles with the question of whether Israel has the right to exist as a Jewish state. In the past, Senator, you have been quite clear that you do support Israel as a Jewish state. Should Dr. Al-Sayed speak with the same clarity?
Well, I can't say for him. That's what he's going to say. Well, I can't speak for him.
I think right now the immediate issue of the moment is whether or not we continue to put tens of billions of dollars into the extremist Netanyahu government, which has killed 75,000.
But you just paid $500 billion. You signed a bill, Bernie, for $500 million that Ukraine receive a bunch of money from us to fight Russia, and the first thing they did was strike down Iranian ships in the Caspian Sea. So you're okay funding the war against Iran as long as Ukraine is the ones fighting Iran? What the fuck are we talking about here? You literally, Bernie Sanders literally just voted for a bill that was the most bipartisan bill ever because of Lindsey Graham, and it was to give Ukraine $500 million to fight Putin, according to the Democrats. But what did Ukraine just do this week? They literally are shooting down ships in the Iranian ships in the Caspian Sea. It's okay for Ukraine to fight Iran. It's not okay for Israel to fight Iran. But I believe that Israel should exist. I just believe our government shouldn't give money to Israel. We should give all that money to Ukraine instead. The fuck?
Palestinians, mostly women.
The gymnastics, y'all.
Wounded 150,000, destroyed their infrastructure. And what the American people
I support Israel. I just don't want to support Israel. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the mod club, my guy. Don't abuse it or you lose it.
Younger Republicans, we got better things to do with our money than to continue to fund the military of Israel.
All right, a number of more questions to get through with you. I do want to talk about Maine. Democrats have now replaced Graham Plattner as the Senate Democratic nominee with former state Senator Troy Jackson. Graham Plattner's candidacy, of course, as you know, was derailed by a series of controversies. And when he dropped out, the party only had a matter of days to settle on a replacement. Are you confident that Troy Jackson has been fully vetted, Senator?
Look, this is the thing. Again, they keep asking Bernie Sanders this same question every single week on the Sunday programs. And it's because the guy, Troy, the guy that Bernie Sanders has personally known this man for like 30 years, okay? He has a personal relationship with this guy in Maine. And there is a scandal in the New York Post that this man, he likes to throw weighted water bottles at women's faces. And so that's the claim. And so they keep saying, did you vet Troy? And every single week on Sunday programming, Bernie Sanders says the same exact response, which is, it's not the Democratic Party's responsibility to vet all 500 candidates. But the reality is still the reality, Mr. Bernie Sanders. You've known this man personally for 30 years.
Well, I was not involved in that process at all.
You've known him. You've known him for 30 years. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, my guy? Come on. This is the third week in a row. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, fucking Nikki. Thank you, Meet the Press. Keeping it. Fucking what a gem of a moment now. Come on, third week in a row. Come on, guys.
As you indicated, they had to move very, very quickly. I think the Maine Democratic Party did the best they could under difficult circumstances. All I could say is I have known Troy for a number of years.
Okay, so did you vet him? I wasn't part of that process, but I've known him for 30 years. Okay, so wouldn't that be, guys? If in the chat, let me know. If you have a friend that you've had for 30 years, would you consider that you've vetted him? That he's not throwing water bottles at women and giving them black eyes? If you've been his friend for 30 years and you're a politician?
He is a fifth-generation logger. You want a working-class voice?
If you knew this much information about him?
DC, Troy is certainly that voice. I have seen his platform. It is a strong platform, standing up for working families, taking on the oligarchs, fighting for Medicare.
Listen, not
for
everybody's
all
perfect.
Maine, like
Some
Vermont
people
is an
give women
older
black
state.
eyes.
He understands that we have to make sure that we do not cut Social Security benefits. In fact, expand
Not long enough,
Social
you
Security
31.
benefits by demanding the wealthy starting to pay their fair share of taxes. So I've known Troy. And I look forward to working with him.
It's such a weird statement. Are you confident that they fully vetted this man? I'm not a part of that, but I've known him for years.
The U.S. Senate.
Are you going to endorse him?
If you ask me to, I certainly will.
Okay.
I mean, that's,
Let me ask
yeah,
you,
you're his
because
friend.
you
I
were
mean,
one
that
of
one
the
is Captain
earliest
fucking
and,
obvious, or
frankly,
it
most
should be.
influential supporters of Graham Plattner's campaign. This week, Democratic Senator, your colleague, Senator John Fetterman,
Button
had
my
this
shirt. I
message.
can't.
Take a listen, Senator.
I'm too fat.
I would be frustrated with someone like Bernie Sanders. You know, why aren't people angry? Why they promoted, someone like Plattner, an accused rapist? So really, Bernie, you have no regret endorsing and proud to stand with an accused rapist?
Yeah.
A guy that roughs up his ex-girlfriend?
Facts.
A guy that had a Nazi tattoo on his chest?
Facts. And now you're saying that you know the new guy, but you didn't vet him, but you've known him, but you weren't a part of that.
What's your response to Senator Fetterman?
Well, my response to Fetterman is last time I saw it, he was reflecting the views of about 19% of the Democrats in the.
Oh, okay. That's his response? Why did you support a rapist? Well, Fetterman's at 19%.
State of Pennsylvania, I think probably lower than
Bernie!
any member of the Democratic Senate. Fetterman does his thing I think, on Israel and many other issues is way out of touch with the people of America.
Bernie's
Well,
the Yoda
let me
of
ask you, because in the
fucking
face of
Washington.
these
Facts.
growing scandals against Plattner, emotional abuse, aggressive behavior, which he did deny, you did continue to support
There were
Graham
very
Plattner.
serious allegations against Plattner. As a result of those accusations, I and virtually all of his supporters requested that he withdraw from the race.
Yeah, but
and
then
he did.
after he didn't withdraw from the race, you also came out with 60 senators and said, even if he's nominated to the Senate as the Democratic nominee, we will not allow him to be a senator. Which is why he ended up resigning. You forced him to resign. Don't act like he dropped out on his own.
Very serious allegations.
You forced him to after asking him to.
You,
and he
in
said
fact,
no.
said there are no saints in the United States Senate before those most serious allegations came out. Do you regret endorsing Graham Plattner in the first place, Senator?
Well, it's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback. Plattner ran a very strong campaign, and in fact, many of the issues that he's raised are resonating all over this country. A woman made very serious allegations against him. He withdrew from.
Okay, but again, you told him to withdraw. So you believe that allegations are enough to not be a senator. Great. Well, I know this girl that has unsubstantiated claims that 40 years ago you raped her, Bernie Sanders, so you should drop out now. Because that's your moral integrity, right? You're trying to explain to us that he didn't really rape the lady, but you're also trying to tell us that you told him to fucking drop out because he didn't really rape the lady. All right, cool. Well, then I got somebody over here that said that you raped him. So.
The race, period.
And
Is that
just
how
to
we're
button
running this
up,
thing?
any regrets? Do you wish if you could go
Okay,
back?
that's, I think right now we're looking at a campaign in Michigan. We're looking at a campaign
Fetterman, 19% Democrat support, does not address the allegations. Facts.
in Minnesota.
Just
The people
like
of
very
this
Donald
country
Trump
right now
response
are
there from
sick and
Bernie
tired
Sanders.
of establishment politics and establishment policies. They want change, and I and other progressives are going to do everything that we can to bring about those changes.
Let's look forward. You have indicated, Senator, you've been asked that you do not plan to run for president again. That means, and I don't know if you've
Right, and I think I know what it's going to be, guys. I'm waiting. I want the AOC RFK
looked
ticket.
at this,
I
2028
want
is
it.
going to be the first open Democratic primary without you running in it in nearly 2 decades, Senator. So let me ask you, as
No,
you look
that's-
to the future,
No, I did not. I did. Yeah. Yeah.
going
I'm
back
sorry,
to going back to 2016, who do you hope will carry forward the progressive movement that you've championed?
Kristen, there are one of the untold secrets in Washington is in the U.S. House of Representatives, for example. You have many, many really strong progressives. Many of them are young, many of them are women, many of them are people of color. And we have elected many of them, and I think as a result of this election cycle, you're going to see a lot more coming to Washington. I think as a nation, and by the way, all due respect, the media spends too much time worrying about who's going to be a president in 2.5 years. Right now, we have enormous problems facing this country. We're looking at heat waves all over the world. You got climate change. We're looking at the big tech oligarchs pushing AI and robotics down our throat. Congress is doing very little to protect working people. In that, we're looking at massive levels of income and wealth inequality, a corrupt campaign finance system. My suggestion is, as a country, as a Congress, as media, let's focus on the important issues facing working people. 2.5 years from now is a long time to a presidential election. I'm sure it will unfold itself.
All right, Senator Bernie Sanders, we will leave it on that note. Thank you
All right,
so
guys. All right, next up we got Mr. John Kennedy on Meet the Press. Here we go.
John Kennedy of Louisiana. Senator Kennedy, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Thanks, Kristen.
Thank you so much for being here. I do want to start with the breaking news overnight on Iran. President Trump, Senator, has said that he anticipated the war would last a matter of weeks. We are now in the 5th month. President Trump posting overnight that he will halt planned attacks to allow for talks to move forward, suggesting a deal can be reached rapidly. Do you believe a deal can be reached rapidly, Senator?
Well, I hope so. I'm always willing to give peace a chance. Respectfully, I would remind President Trump of 3 things. Number one, the only reason that Iran is coming to the table, if indeed they are, is because Israel and the United States of America have torn them a new ashtray. Number 2,
torn them a new ashtray. Every time.
No deal is just fine. Not preferred, but not preferable. But it's fine. A bad deal isn't. Number 3, he has to remember that the Iranian government learned to lie before they learned to talk. And they're more than mildly insane. Dealing with them is like dealing with Son of Sam or Charles Manchin. Whatever he does,
comedy out.
Do not release the sanctions, stopping their sale of oil, or remove the blockade until we see Iran take firm actions to open the strait. That's my opinion.
Well, the final point you make in many ways leads me to my next question, Senator, which is that there was a deal effectively in place, a ceasefire, a memorandum of understanding. It all fell apart because of provocations by Iran. Why would this time be different?
Well, it may not be. But I think we have lost perspective a little bit on Iran. Do you know why Hezbollah and Hamas are degraded? Do you know why Iran is the furthest away it's ever been from having a nuclear warhead? Do you know why Iran doesn't have an air force or a navy? Do you know why its weapons stockpile and launchers and weapons production plants have been substantially degraded? It's because Israel and America hit them so hard they coughed up bones. And I think that it has made the world measurably safer as a result. Now, the strait is a problem. That's a big understatement. You don't have to be a senior at Caltech to know we only have 3 choices: escalate, retreat, and come home, or maintain the status quo. I would maintain the status quo as long as I could. Sanctions, blockade. I would bomb Pickaxe Mountain and try to reach any fissile material and centrifuges underneath. I don't know whether the president should start a new bombing campaign again, because I don't have the military intelligence. Now,
Iran is
that's a
winning in
problem
bomb
too,
receiving?
because it'll cause a lot of pain. It'll cause energy prices to go up and a lot of inflation for the American people. They're all hellish choices. So,
Well-
but for the moment, I'd maintain the status quo.
Well, and let me ask you, because the U.S. is on alert right now after cyber attacks on water systems in at least 7 states, Senator. The FBI, the
7
EPA
states.
are warning that hackers are trying to disrupt critical water infrastructure. And intelligence officials say they are looking into the possibility that Iran might be behind all of this. What should the U.S. response be if Iran is in fact attacking America's drinking water supply?
Well, we've got cyber experts. Hit them back. Iran's done this before.
Right,
I'm
hit 'em
not
back.
saying it's not Iran, but it could be North Korea. We do it to each other all the time, and I'm sorry it happened. I'm glad we caught it, but if Iran's going to start this foolishness, I would hit them back.
But what is hit them back? Kill civilian water infrastructures? Is that what you're saying, bro?
like we've done with the military strikes. I'd eat them up and spit the bones on the floor.
All right, let me ask you about what's
okay.
happening on Capitol Hill, Senator. Republican
That's
Senators
funny
Tom
when he
Tillis
starts
and
killing
John
people.
Cornyn, as I just discussed, are holding up the confirmation of Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche over their demand that the Justice Department end President Trump's $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund to remind people that effectively would mean that it would give people the ability to get compensation if they believe they were wronged by the federal government. President Trump now says he wants Congress to pass a bill making the fund the law of the land. Would you support such a bill, Senator?
He would.
Well, I'd have to read it first.
Right.
You'd be open to
Look,
that,
in a
though,
perfect
Senator?
world-
You'd be
yep.
open to that?
And see,
In
that's
a-
again, the media attacking it. Who does the fund help? It helps people that were arrested fucking illegally from the federal government over the last year.
Well, let me answer. In a perfect world, Senators
January 6th, I mean.
Tillis and Cornyn and President Trump and Mr. Blanche would sit down and work this out. I do believe that Senator Cornyn and Tillis are talking with the Department of Justice. I don't know if they'll reach a deal. Frankly, I think the odds are against it. I wouldn't bet my house on it, and if I were betting your house, it would just be a maybe. In terms of the weaponization fund, the president himself has conceded that it will take legislation. I'm glad he conceded that. We'll get to shape the bill. We already have an anti-weaponization fund, a pool of money that you can access if you're abused by government through the Federal Tort Claims Act. But if he wants to improve it, I'm willing to look at it, but I'm not going to give him a blank check.
All right, well, let me
In
ask
terms of
you.
his settlement with
Yeah.
that,
Let me ask
ahead.
you, I mean, do you think anyone who attacked police officers, stormed the Capitol on January 6th should get taxpayer money as a part of that fund?
Depends.
no, I'd take him off the table.
Okay. And you would put that in the legislation, Senator?
Yeah. I just think, I'm not saying that everybody, strike that.
see that.
Look, it's too emotional of an issue and it's too important of an issue. And if somebody thinks they were abused by the federal government when they were punished by attacking the Capitol in a riot that got totally out of control, right now they have the right to file a Federal Tort Claims Act against the federal government, and a federal judge will decide. And I would take that issue completely off the table.
Okay. Let me ask you about another big topic this week, Senator. The Justice Department just this week dropped its charges against the Olympic canoeist that it accused
Oh, here we
of
go.
vandalizing the reflecting
The
pool
fucking
on the
reflecting
National
pool.
Mall. The
There we
DOJ
go.
admitted that the damage was caused by, quote, botched installation and not vandalism. This was a case that the DOJ had said was open and shut. They said they could prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. Does this reversal undercut the public's faith in the Justice Department, Senator?
Yep. She went out there
the
and
whole
said
thing
that
is a multiple.
she went out there. Jean Shapiro, you can go watch my episode on it. She went out there and she told us that she walked past the reflecting pool and she saw the gouges herself. Yes, she was lying, and yes, it does destroy confidence in the fucking federal judiciary.
Vehicle pileup. Let me start with the president. The president says it was caused by vandals. I don't know whether he really believes that, or it's part of his political messaging, or he's just thinking out loud. You and I both know the president well. He exists loudly, and he grows anxious when he has an unexpressed thought. I'm not saying he doesn't really believe it. I just don't know. Now, the stakes are a lot higher for U.S. Attorney Pirro. You can't lie to a federal judge. If she can't prove her case, she was right to pull back. Because if you fool around with a federal judge, you will find out. When I was in private practice one time, I put my briefcase on a brand new conference table bought by a federal judge. And he got so mad, I'll never forget, I thought I was going to get to spend overnight with Bubba in central lockup. Federal judges will not tolerate it. And so if I don't know why she filed the suit without having
because it was
without
politics,
doing
like he's
a
saying.
full investigation. She says she relied on the Department of Interior, but she was smart to pull it back.
Very quickly, Senator, given that, because I have
true.
one more question on the shutdown, should the grand jury records be released so the public can see the evidence for themselves, Senator?
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, you're talking to the only guy that said we should not get paid and go and not go on vacation. Not Rand Paul, not Manchin, not fucking Messi, not Rokana. No. This is the only man that didn't want to get paid. I think he's good with any kind of transparency.
Question for you. Congress is facing another government shutdown, as you well know, just weeks before the midterms, Senator.
Oh, are you ready? Watch him say it. He should say it. We shouldn't get paid if we get shut down. Only person that did it.
Democrats and Republicans cannot reach an agreement. There are reports Leader Thune and Leader Schumer may be about to strike a deal or working on some type of agreement. Will you support a deal, a bipartisan deal, if it is reached, to avoid another government shutdown?
Well, I don't know what the deal is yet. I'm
exactly.
only on the Appropriations Committee, but I've heard nothing. Now, it's been reported that Senator Schumer, in return for keeping government open, wants Senator Thune to kill the budget resolution and to take away President Trump's authority to review government grants. I think to agree to that would be
insane.
Top of the heap, king of the hill, number one, stupid.
Right. You're gonna
will
go
I
back
vote
into it
for
again.
it? The
In the
short
building,
answer
welcome
is
back,
no.
lunatic
The long
libertarian.
answer is hell no. And if that's what Senator Thune puts on the floor, we will get, I'm not going to vote for it, and I don't think most Republicans will, and I don't think the House will, and we will have shot off yet one more of our toes. Yep. I would put
and he's allowed to say it because he's not grifting like the rest of them going, if we close down, it's the Democrats' fault. If we close down, it's the Republicans' fault. No, this is the only man, not Rand Paul, not fucking Messi, not fucking Manchin, not fucking Rokana. This is the only human being that said, if we close the government down, we shouldn't get paid. He wrote the bill. He tried to pass it. Every single person said, no way, except for him and him alone.
Because we'll be blamed for the shutdown. Yeah. I would put a clean CR.
He would destroy it in a bash. Facts,
with none of this foolishness in it. And if Senator Schumer wants to shut down government at the behest of the Graham Plattner wing of his party, he should knock himself out. Right. I don't think he'll do it, but he might.
All right. Senator John Kennedy, we covered a lot of ground this morning. Thank you so very much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Senator John Kennedy. All right, on to the next one. And now we got Jim Jordan up with Dana Bash here right after that RFK debacle.
The anti-weaponization fund is not dead. You and others have said that you believe it is. So you're the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Is it dead or is it not?
Well, Todd Blanche, under oath, said it was dead. Todd Blanche needs to be confirmed. I've been in Congress now 19 years. I've never had an attorney general that I could work with like Todd Blanche. I think he's doing an outstanding job. And even Senator Tillis.
Yeah, we should make sure that the guy that interviewed fucking Ghislaine Maxwell for 8 hours and then moved her to a really nice prison. Yeah, I mean, I can work with him too.
And Senator Cornyn have said he's highly qualified. So they should confirm this guy because he's doing bringing down crime, going after the fraudsters who've been ripping off American tax dollars. Todd's doing a great job. He needs to be confirmed, and let's hope it happens soon.
You're right that these two senators are saying that this is unfortunate that this is happening to Todd Blanche because it's about this weaponization fund and the IRS settlement. But on the weaponization fund, are you saying that that the president is not accurate, or he's not telling the truth when he said just this weekend that?
Well, I think what he said, Dana, was in the. I think what he said was in the context of if they're not going to confirm Todd Blanche, then he's going to pull it back, and then he's going to renominate Todd Blanche after the election. I think he said that. Okay, if that's what the president wants to do, that's fine. What I want to get is Todd Blanche confirmed because he's doing a good job. I mean, Todd Blanche he was a defense lawyer. Before that, he was a prosecutor. He's a working lawyer. He's doing an outstanding job. And the idea that they won't confirm him, and they voted to confirm Merrick Garland, the guy who gave us the memo that said, oh, we're going to go spy on parents at school board meetings, the guy who gave us his Justice Department did the memorandum and said,
again, let's not forget that fucking Todd Blanche interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell and then moved her to a really nice prison.
Life Catholic, you're an extremist. They confirmed that guy, but they won't confirm Todd Blanche.
What do you think about
that makes
the fund?
No sense.
Do you think the fund is a good idea?
Well, it's no different than what Merrick Garland did with Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. He paid Peter Strzok $1.2 million.
So yes, you think that it should stay alive?
The same. I'm saying there's a fund right now that compensates people who've been wrong.
Well, to
and
add
Merrick Garland said
billion
Peter Strzok got $1.2 million, for goodness sake. But that fund is for people like Mark Houck, who had his door kicked in front of his wife and 7 kids, was taken to court, taken to trial. His lawyer said, we'll show up, we'll meet you wherever. No. They kicked in his door during the Biden administration, and they took him to court. And, of course, the jury found him not guilty. It's for folks like that. That's what that fund's for.
Okay, so
it's been used in the past to compensate Peter Strzok and Lisa Page got $800,000, for goodness sake.
Mr. Chairman, you are right that this fund exists, and this is a question of putting more money into it. But on that note, just kind of looking ahead to who could or should be eligible for the fund, I want to play something that the Interior Secretary Doug Burgum told me about the reflecting pool. Let's watch.
It didn't peel off. There was vandalism. There was box cutters. There have been 7 arrests. There was people literally trying to.
And now the Justice Department that arrested those 7 people is saying that you, the entire Interior Department, lied to them.
Destroy part of a monument.
And you're 100% sure that what happened with the liner was vandalism. You can prove it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely can. And as we drain it, we've got all the photographs.
As you well know, the U.S. Attorney here in D.C., Jeanine Pirro, says that vandalism did not damage the pool, but it was a hasty and botched contract renovation that did. They dropped their case, a criminal case that they had against a former Olympian, David Hearn. Given what he's gone through, should he be eligible for money from the anti-weaponization fund?
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you.
Well, that'd be up to the board. I mean, if this thing is for,
what do you mean that'll be up to the board?
That's up to. I don't make the decision. It's up to them. What I do know is Peter Strzok shouldn't have got $1.2 million.
So you have an opinion on that?
President Trump's election campaign.
Wow. Dana Bash actually winning this one on this one, guys. What the fuck? So you can sit here and you can have an opinion about Merrick Garland taking $1.2 million out of the fund, but you can't have an opinion about whether the Olympic swimmer that just got fucked over on the reflecting pool deserves some of the money out of that fund? Okay, you little weasel snake. Go right back into the fucking shithole you crawled out of.
Well, that'll be up to the board.
That'll be up to the board. That'll be up to the board. Make fucking your thoughts known or get the fuck off the air.
All the facts, why they did, why the Justice Department dropped the case, why the Department of Interior said that there was something there. I'd have to go look at all that. We'd have to look. What I do know is President Trump is focused on making America great and focused on making Washington.
What I know is President Trump did the best thing ever. President Trump did that for a reflecting pool. President Trump fixed the reflecting.
Shut the fuck up. He botched the job and arrested somebody. And she's asking you, do you think that they deserve anti-weaponization money. And what's crazy is CNN's against the anti-weaponization fund, which is stupid. The irony in all this, guys. Like, yes, the anti-weaponization fund should exist. And yes, it should give money to the fucking crazy people that get snatched up by Janine Shapiro. Okay?
Washington beautiful again, and he's been focused on that. We'll have to get to the facts of this case. I just don't know.
They were one of the facts now.
Come on,
this
you
is
little
based on
fucking
what
weasel.
The president's own U.S. attorney, Janine Pirro, who I know you know well, she used to be on Fox, said in a court document. The ramifications of it was that they were trying to send a man who was innocent to jail based on lies about vandalism. He was accused of crimes that he did not commit.
They have actively recanted those claims. They've actively recanted those claims. You're a free speech senator, Mr. Jim Jordan. So,
as chair of the Judiciary Committee, does that bother you?
If that's the
that's what's happened. It's over. She said he was responsible. Then she pulled out this weekend and said he's not responsible. Answer the fucking question, you weasel.
Of course, but I don't know that those are the facts. We have not seen all that evidence. What I do know is
what facts? You don't get to see the facts. She pulled the case. Because why? Her claim was he destroyed the reflecting pool. Then she pulled it back and said, actually, he didn't. Bad fucking information by the Interior Department. Now you're saying we got to wait for the facts? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Dana Bash asked you, should that man be up for funds from the anti-weaponization fund? Mr. John Kennedy would have no problem answering this question. You fucking weasel.
Talked about Mark Houck. What I do know, what happened in the Garland-Biden Justice Department is FBI.
Oh my God. Dude, both of these things are in the past. Not one, but both. I don't know what happened with the one that just happened, even though it's done. But I know what happened with Merrick Garland. Shut the fuck up about Merrick Garland. You fucking dweeb.
Biden, I'm asking you about
No,
now.
I'm not turning back.
Loser.
One of the things I know about. I don't know what the facts of this case, but with those cases,
a beggar, as Donald Trump would call him. A beggar is a beggar. Loser.
You learn all the facts.
And when FBI whistleblowers were retaliated against, that was wrong.
I am
That's what this fund is for.
Okay, I am interested. I do want to talk to you again once you get all the facts, because this seems like...
It seems like you don't have all the facts, right? You need more time to answer this question that's already here.
Never mind that he was an Olympian for the United States.
Facts, bro.
Before I let you go, last week you sent a criminal referral to the Justice Department for former special counsel Jack Smith for making what you allege to be false statements during a congressional deposition last year. Todd Blanche was President Trump's defense attorney during that Smith investigation. Should he recuse himself, even as acting attorney general, from any prosecutorial decisions involving Smith?
No, of course not.
Why?
Of course not. He's just following the facts. He should keep doing the great work.
Why? Again, you fucking weasel.
Because he's the Attorney General of the United States.
But he was the president's personal attorney.
He lied to us. Personal attorney of the president.
Well, that has nothing to do with it. Jack Smith.
Jack Smith tried to prosecute Donald Trump. The lawyer for Donald Trump at the time was Todd Blanche, personal attorney to Donald Trump. Now you want to sue Jack Smith for bringing about that case, but you want the acting attorney general, not personal lawyer anymore of Donald Trump, who doesn't have any, what kind of fucking gymnastics do you got to be living in Florida? What a full retard. Jim Jordan is absolute full retard,
Smith
guys.
is supposed to tell us the truth. We ask him, did you get the contents of any communications of the United States members of the United States Congress? And he said, no, he didn't, when in fact he did. I mean, did Jack Smith not know? Was he that ridiculous? I mean, he's supposed to be the smartest guy in the world. He's supposed to be as smart as...
Again, opinions on that case, but he needs all the facts before he can talk about the fucking reflecting pool.
Anthony Fauci, for goodness sake, he did not know that? You can't sit under oath and tell us you did not get the contents of communications of members of Congress when in fact you did.
I'm on
Dana
Bash's side with this
So if Todd
one.
if the Justice Department wants to prosecute him, that's up to them. He should not recuse himself.
Okay,
of course, he should. He was only the personal attorney when the case was brought about.
We're out of time, but I just want to say that what Smith
No
says
conflict
and
of
what
interest
Jamie
there.
Raskin, your counterpart, has said in a statement.
And mind you, like, I think Jack Smith is probably one of the worst human beings, but, like, what are you doing? Acting like a fucking, the personal fucking attorney of Donald Trump has all business being the
not
attorney
that he
general
didn't
in
tell
that
you the
case.
truth, that you guys didn't ask him
Jana,
the right
come
question.
on.
That you didn't ask him the right questions.
Come on, come on. We say at the start of every deposition, you have an obligation to give us the full truth. You can't give us part of the truth.
But
you
also
got to give us the full, all the facts. And he did not do that. And you're trying. I mean, that is, first of all, he went and got our phone records.
I'm just saying what he said.
Then we were asking.
Okay. He
got the contents of communications. He did not filter that out. That is a violation of the Constitution. Speech or debate clause, clear as day.
Okay.
Okay.
Jamie
Clear as could
Raskin
be.
says that.
All right, on to our next one. Manchin went on Face the Nation on CBS with his wife to be a complete dork because I guess he thinks that he's an independent that's going to save America in the Epstein files or something.
And his daughter, Heather Manchin.
You ready?
They're
Oh, yeah,
heads.
okay. Oh, sorry, it's not even his wife, it's his daughter. So, all right,
new
here comes
effort
cucked
which aims to
behavior
elect
for 8 minutes,
independent
guys.
candidates to public office. It's good to have you both here.
Good to be with you, Margaret.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk about this, Senator. Let's start with you. There's a market for what you're selling, according to CNN's polling. 47% of American adults identified as political independents. That's the highest level in a decade. But over time, we have seen these attempts to break through the two-party system just haven't really panned out. So what do you think is going to happen with that 47% now?
Well, everyone depends on the independents to get elected now. That's all you hear, all the polls that are taken.
To swing one way or the other.
This is, in the last presidential election, it came down to 7 battleground states. That means 43 were predetermined. 435 congressional seats, 395 are predetermined. There's no competition whatsoever in the system because the strength of the two-party system, the Democrat and Republican.
But again, you were a part of the DNC. You were a part of the institution that literally silenced RFK on the national stage in 2024 when he was polling at over 10%. And the National fucking Debate Committee was saying that he was allowed to be in the 3 debates. You guys rewrote the rules so that Joe Biden could have separate debates with Donald Trump.
Prevents that from happening.
So
They
why
have
would I
total
trust
control
you?
Of how the primaries are put up, put up. And when I said this, if you look at the last election,
It's always some
of all the
boring
primaries
dork
across the
doing the
country, only about
independent
21% of the people showed up. 21%, the lowest ever. So they're controlling it. And guess what? MAGA's taken over the Republican, and now you have the DSA seems to be having a lot of energy on the Democrat side. What happened to the people that live their lives in the middle, that make decisions, that make things work in America? They got nobody speaking for them.
What, do you think they stay home
They
in
just,
90 days?
I think they do give up. They just said this doesn't matter because the parties have control. They're going to do what they want to do. There's no openness at all. If you're an independent, try to get on the ballot.
Right?
They make you jump through every hoop in the world, go out and get thousands of signatures.
What are
Where
you gonna
if
do
you're a
about that?
Democrat or Republican, you want to run, you pay a fee. You pay a fee, just get on the ballot. That's it. But they make it almost impossible for anyone else to compete against them.
You know who says it's a rigged system? Bernie Sanders. He's an independent.
Bernie's a socialist now, and I respect Bernie. I respect where he's coming from. Bernie's always been who he is, but he's had to use the Democratic Party to get on the ticket.
Yes.
He took that path. We're saying, be an independent, be a pure independent, run as an independent, come to Washington, do not caucus with either side, be an independent, and I'll guarantee you, maybe you're going to make a difference of how they make their decisions, because they're going to need you. They need you to get elected. They're going to need you also to make law.
Heather, is there anyone in Congress right now who you think is truly an independent? Because there are only 3 with an I next to their name.
No, and as Dad pointed out, they're caucusing with one side or the other. So, I think we have seen, and just in stories today, that the parties have literally sucked out any independent thinking, any political courage. And so, unfortunately, we believe that perhaps all of that gives an opportunity to say, can we get someone elected outside the two-party system?
Guys, make sure you double tap, hit that like button. We're 1 tap away from 300. There we go, 301 now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hit subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We go live with the news 7 days a week. Help support the channel. We don't have any sponsors here in order to keep it independent be able to cover things like this where we talk about a potential third-party candidacy as we get closer and closer down the road. We have to not have any sponsors. And the only way to not have any sponsors on the show, guys, is if you help $4 a month become a member. Get all of those little cool things. YouTube has a 7-day trial for you that you can do of any membership on YouTube. And I'm telling you, this is the channel to do it with. Become a member today. Help support the channel.
Really to have that independent thinking and bring some negotiation, conversation to the bills that unfortunately, it's a party line vote. It doesn't matter what could be negotiated to get anything done. It's a stalemate and everyone picking a side.
So for you to back a certain candidate, you are not requiring any kind of policy platform.
Venezuelan. That's what he is.
Anyone. Right.
Venezuelan.
Well,
if they show independence?
We actually put a Declaration of Independence.
You start off a North Korean, you become a Venezuelan. North Korean, Venezuelan, then a Cuban, then an American citizen, and eventually an Israeli citizen after a year, guys. Welcome to the club. Come on, guys.
That asks for three things. No news is news. That you're for opening competition, opening primaries, things that would restore competition to the system, not the gerrymandering of districts and so forth. To be for solutions, that you want to work with anyone. You want to take good ideas from both sides of the aisle and make something happen and get done. And the last one is accountability. That you'll explain your vote. Just simply explain your vote when you take it and why you took it. And we think that's pretty low table stakes.
Well, I'm going to say one thing. There's only one pure independent that basically ran as an independent, governed as an independent as governor, and that's Angus King.
Yeah.
But there's no support. When Angus comes there, he has to pick, he picked the Democrat side because there was more things that he believed in that would be good for Maine. So we worked together. But Angus, if he had a little bit more support, I'm telling you, he's as independent as it becomes. You can work with him on any issue. We just found that there's no structured support for somebody just remaining independent. Can you imagine if they don't caucus with either one? What's going to happen?
They wouldn't get any committee positions.
Is the committee doing anything anyway? No.
Facts. Committee position.
I like my committee position, but
allowed you to do it a lot for West Virginia.
Yeah, but the bottom line is that bills didn't come to the floor. We passed things in a bipartisan way.
You just sat in there and you just talked out your ass. You didn't ever do anything with that fucking committee position.
And it was always controlled by the majority leader. But they're going to have to vote. They can't deny them the vote. And I'll guarantee you, they can go to any committee meeting they want to. And there's going to be times when they say, boy, if you would just caucus with us today, we'd get this passed or that.
Right.
They can moderate an awful lot. We think it's a way to start bringing the parties. I believe the Republican Party wants to be the grand old party again, and I believe GOP, but I believe the Democrats would like to be responsible. They've got nowhere to go, and they've been pulled to the left and the right. Something's got to change. They open the primaries up. Let's have competition. But now what we can do is get a couple people elected that can sit there and say, listen, this doesn't make any sense at all. It's not the oath I took to defend and protect the Constitution. It doesn't make sense for my country, and it's not a way to get things done for my state. We give them the support once they get there, and we'll change things.
Heather, could you ever support a self-described socialist candidate?
No.
No way.
Both of them. No.
And
even if they have some good ideas?
I support the good ideas, but how could you support some of the crazy stuff they're for?
That's the problem. What he's lobbying for is what the news network doesn't want. Like, he's allowed to say, I don't want to be a socialist, but I would vote with them on healthcare, or I would vote with them on this. And he's allowed to just say it. Yeah, we need more candidates that are allowed to do that.
Therefore, dismantling everything that we know, whether it be the structure of government, Congress itself, or the Senate they want to get rid of. And then they start talking about all the crazy things. No police, no this, no this, no that. Are you crazy? We want a crime-free area. We have to have police for that.
Yeah.
We want a strong defense. We want a strong border. But if Democrats can't say that, and they start lining up with the socialist demands of what you are to be a socialist, energy will be gone. There'll be no energy, okay? We have right now a tremendous amount of energy we're producing, and the world depends more on us than ever before.
But
we can do more.
I'm sorry, doesn't it surprise you that even leadership in the Democrat Party can't just say no?
Right.
They can't say no?
Yeah.
That
they're seeing an appeal, apparently.
But it
an
shows
appeal
you
to the
that,
far left.
But control has now completely outweighed character. If you're more interested in control, and that's all that it matters, your vote count, versus the character of the person and what the platform they're running on, I think we're living with the consequences of that.
Margaret, the Democrat Party has lost more registration, more people identifying as Democrats than ever before. So if that was going to be the case, what would be the whole, right now you have high polls, right?
Yeah.
Democrats should be 20, 30 points ahead if that's where the country's going. They're not. They're still behind.
They're not.
The bottom line is we're not getting anything
trying to
accomplished
grab
because
anybody
the
that can
two-party
win.
system has drowned out everything. They have just choked it out.
Well, when you were talking about why you did not run in 2024 for president, you said you didn't want to be a spoiler.
I couldn't get on all 50 ballots. You put me on 50 ballots and I have a platform. I can
Sure,
speak.
facts.
But if I have no chance of winning.
Right, he had the same exact thing as RFK. And RFK had to eat it all up and be like, well, maybe I can do something with healthcare. And look at what's happening with RFK right now. He's fighting the fucking goddamn pharmaceutical lobby. He's fighting CNN. And he's also fighting the goddamn Republicans and Nabisco Snacks and Pringles to try to get the goddamn food dyes out of our food. Bro, and that's only just one issue. And he couldn't get on all 50 ballots because the Democrats and literally Joe Biden stopped him from being on the ballot.
Because I'm only on 16 ballots or 20 ballots.
Yeah, what's the point?
Nationwide.
So it was really ballot access
It's ballot
versus
access.
polling support.
That's exactly
that would
right.
have benefited
I would have
Trump.
loved to have been able to sit and say, come on.
Whoa, that's crazy. I would have loved to have been able to say that he would have ran. That's a fucking piece of news for you for today, guys. Manchin would have ran in 2024 as an independent candidate if he could have gotten on all 50 states. Think about the structure of the election if it was Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, RFK, and Joe Manchin. But in reality, if the debate wasn't Joe Biden-Trump, but was Joe Biden, RFK, Donald Trump, and Manchin, if that was the case, and all four were on the fucking all 50 states, I don't think that Joe Biden gets bumped off of his own ticket. I think that Joe Biden goes all the way to November. That's crazy.
Do you really believe that? Is that true? Or Joe or Kamala or whatever. We had so many differences. But there's a way to basically, people just want some normality.
Jerry!
The chaos is just running people's lives today. And when you look back in West Virginia and all other rural areas, I mean, the cost of living, the cost of groceries, the cost of doing everything, the energy, how you live your life is too high.
I mean, who are you getting financial support from? You have a background in the business community. Do you want more sort of small dollar donations? Like, how do you counter some of
No,
these
you're right.
influences?
It's David and Goliath story for sure. But we think, being strategic, we're not trying to get behind 20, 30 candidates. We're getting behind a handful, a few in Congress. If we could get 2 or 3 elected, think of what the difference that independent bloc can make, 1 or 2 in the Senate. So, we've seen tremendous support, actually. We'd like there to be more. I think the business community needs to lean in and not try to put their head in the sand and say, well, we hope this passes.
Yeah.
We need people to get engaged and participate and think it's going to be great for the country.
Thank you for sharing the initiative.
But isn't it crazy how the media can go, oh, El Said is going to win in Michigan and he's got a 94% chance of winning even though this lady has $59 million of AIPAC money and blah, blah, blah. And the media can do that and go, David versus Goliath, he's winning. Bernie Sanders is winning. And then at the same time, this man shows up just to lobby for a third-party representation. And then literally Margaret's like, well, how are you even going to do that? You don't even have the money for it. El Said is winning up against $59 million. That's how you fucking do it. All right, now we got Mr. Mark Kelly. But before we got Mr. Mark Kelly on here, let's pull this up. This is the potential outcome, okay? If Trump, Biden, RFK, and Manchin were all on the ticket, okay? Biden's structural weaknesses already are deceptive from 2024. RFK's function as a classic spoiler primary against the Democratic side. Manchin is a regional low-ceiling independent, and the voting split of the demos would reach this. Most likely, the percentage of vote would be that Donald Trump would receive 47 to 51%, Joe Biden would receive 38 to 43%, RFK would receive 6 to 9%, and Manchin would receive 2 to 4%. The Electoral College. Trump takes the entire Sun Belt, Midwest swing states, and won in an easy landslide. This is exactly why the DNC and the Democratic institution were the party in the 2024 election to remove RFK from the debates and begged Manchin not to run as a third-party candidate. They saw all possibilities as leading to a Trump victory.
escalated attacks on Iran set off a
Now
diplomatic
to Mr.
scramble
Martelli.
on Saturday. American allies, including the Saudi crown prince, urged the president to back off plans to bomb Iran's energy infrastructure. Late last night,
but first,
Trump
we got to
said
change.
military
We got to change the poll of the day. Let me hit the. I'm going to keep her audio
levels
rolling here as we go to the
unseen
poll of the day
since
real
World War
quick.
II
Switch this
remained
up.
an option. But he's holding off for now at the request of allies as well as Iran
Stay with
because
us,
he
guys.
claimed there was a diplomatic opportunity, or as he put it, quote, the perimeters of a deal has been agreed to. This morning, diplomatic sources tell me that there is no deal yet, but rather signs of progress towards an arrangement with Iran to reopen the strait. The challenge remains just how much leverage Iran will maintain over it. We turn now to Arizona Democratic Senator Mark Kelly, who joins us from Columbus,
All right,
Ohio
get your
this
vote in
morning.
now.
Good morning to you, Senator.
Third hour starts now.
Good morning, Margaret.
We're now in
Let me double check here. I'm going to check and make sure we don't have any news.
of
But let's
this
get
war
into
we've
him.
been told would last 4 to 5 weeks. In the past week, the targets have widened. Iran hit Egypt. We saw Saudi Arabia join the U.S. in bombing Iranian-backed militias there. And then late last night, President Trump used the term that he had been considering military action on levels unseen since World War II. You sit on intelligence, you sit on armed services. Has the administration shared anything in regard to its plans on Iran?
I mean, not these latest plans, and I think what we're seeing here is a president who has an approach to this that's just rather erratic. He says one thing, he does another thing. It's escalatory at this point. He's trying to get us back to February, and I think if he could, if he had a big reset button he could hit, he would certainly take that
Well, we're
option.
definitely not making this guy
Hey, we've got
president, right?
18 dead Americans. Prices have skyrocketed across the country for the American
You're
people. I
boring.
was here in Ohio. I'm here in Ohio now, but I met with some veterans the other day, and they're struggling. I mean, these are a lot of retired service members that can't afford to put gas in their car, can't afford groceries, rent is going up. And this president is not dealing with the issues that the American people need him to deal with.
Well, you know, in our polling, we see that this is a very unpopular war and it's weighing on the president's own approval ratings. But Democrats are faring slightly worse, according to CBS polling. When asked who has the better approach to Iran, 32% say Trump and the GOP, only 30% say the Democrats. So we are in this thing. Do Democrats need to offer an affirmative vision for ending it?
Well, I don't think it's the president's vision. Here's a guy who got us into this without a strategic goal, without a plan, without a timeline. He's got a Secretary of Defense that doesn't know how to manage this war, who decided a good metric at the beginning was just to drop as many munitions as he could on as many targets. And now we've got a munitions shortage, big surprise. So they're flailing, they're stuck, they're responsible for this, and the president is the one that has to try to figure out a way out of this. I would suggest to him, though, that the solution is not to do the same thing that he's been doing, not to have his real estate buddy and his son-in-law in charge of a negotiation, to put some people in here that know how to do this, how to talk to the Iranians, and put a coalition together, bring our allies back together. He's alienated not only our GCC allies, but our European allies as well. And it's just making this much harder for him to figure out a way out.
The Washington Post is reporting that the top U.S. general in Europe, General Grinkowicz, warned the Pentagon that he lacks resources to protect Israel from incoming ballistic missiles. And if he's without another Navy destroyer, he will be forced to choose between defense of the homeland versus that of Israel. It sounds like for the moment, Israel's not rejoining combat operations. But what does that say to you? Have you heard these concerns from this top commander yourself?
I haven't heard this specifically from Grinkowicz on this issue, but it's not, Margaret, it's not, this isn't rocket science. It's not hard to figure out. I mean, we struck over 14,000 targets with multiple munitions. That puts a lot of stress on the magazine depth. So, of course, our commanders, probably not only in Europe, but in other places, are starting to feel some stress on can they meet the need if they need to defend the homeland or our allies. You can see why this is an issue for him. And that's because at the beginning of this thing, there was no strategic goal. And without the goal, it's hard to figure out what to do next.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that's why Hegseth went just to try to set records on the number of targets hit.
Yeah, I should say for the record that the Pentagon says it's media speculation and they don't comment on operational capabilities. We did ask them to clarify that. But on the point about restocking, Secretary Hegseth says he needs money from Congress to do that, to replenish munitions. He needs money from Congress to pay salaries. He needs $67 billion. You recently were asked, and you said you were undecided on how you would vote on additional funding. How do you deny that needed funding?
Well, Margaret, last year we passed a defense budget that was over $1 trillion. That was the first time ever. It was sold to us as a one-time generational investment in the department. And in my view, they squandered that. Now they're coming and they're asking for $1.5 trillion plus a supplemental. We're approaching the amount of money that every other country on the planet spends on defense in a year. This is irresponsible. And now they want a blank check. Hey, I'm going to make sure the troops have what they need to defend themselves.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure they have what they need. They are asking for a blank check. How are you going to audit them? I'm not.
And defend the United States.
So you would vote?
I'm not.
They need to come to us. No, not necessarily. They need to come to us with a reasonable approach. Here, the $1.5 trillion. That has systems that I am very confident aren't going to work. They're still working on space-based interceptors for ICBMs. The physics on this is really very, very challenging. It's not going to make us safer. There are other systems that we don't need. They need to understand that we do not have unlimited resources in this country. We've got $39.5 trillion in debt. And the defense budget that they're requesting is twice what it was when I got to the United States Senate in 2021. It's twice that budget.
Well, you mentioned that you're in Ohio right now and you are campaigning for fellow Democrats there. We're about 90 days out from the midterms. We looked at some recent Quinnipiac polling. It showed Democrats have a 23% approval rating, worse than President Trump's approval.
Wow.
You've got a lot of headwinds. Republicans have an advantage in terms of over Democrats in terms of funding. There's redistricting that I know Democrats say disadvantages them, though they've also gerrymandered. We see inter-party fighting in Minnesota and in Michigan with no real promise to unify Democrats over a common candidate here. How concerned are you that Democrats are going to lose this thing or end up with this very, very tight race?
Well, I think we have an opportunity here, despite the Republican gerrymandering that started in the state of Texas, to try to, rig the deck, so to say, here, and make it more challenging. That provides an advantage to them. But this president is historically unpopular for a midterm president, and he's not meeting the needs of the American people. Gas is up over $4 a gallon. Half of Americans are having a hard time affording food. Rent, home ownership is down, rent is up. The American people are really struggling. So we have an opportunity to win back the House, and I am confident we will. On the Senate side, it's challenging. I'm not gonna paint this as a rosy picture, but we've got 90 days to go. We have opportunities in a lot of different places, more than we thought we had 6 months ago. And a year and a half ago, I would say we had no opportunity to win back the Senate. But because of the horrible job that Donald Trump has done for the American people, I think we have a chance we could win back control of the Senate. And that's why I'm here supporting Sherrod Brown. He wasn't successful in 2024. He could definitely win here in 2026, but it's going to take some effort.
Rent is up because of
Let
all
me
these
ask you
beggars.
about what
Facts.
may happen tomorrow. Bill Pulte, who is the acting director of national intelligence, has said that he is going to hand over the top job to the man who was just confirmed by the Senate, Jay Clayton. Democratic objection had been one of the holdups as well in getting that FISA authority passed. I'm wondering, once you see this change of command, are those Democratic objections going to melt away?
I can't speak for everybody, but for me, they will. Bill Pulte was not qualified in any way for this job, should have never had it. He fired, according to him, about half of the director's office. And hey, I thought there were too many people over there anyway, but this guy was not qualified, didn't even really understand what the Office of National Intelligence did. So I can't imagine he did a very good job at figuring out who to let go and who to keep. And because we're also in the middle of a war right now, so I suspect when we sort this out, we're going to probably realize that he fired a bunch of the wrong people. So hopefully on Monday he is out of the office and we could talk about FISA renewal.
All right, Senator Mark Kelly, thank you for your time.
Up next we have here. Oh, that's the end of our news. Now on to our non-news of the day. Oh, actually, we got one more little bit of news. There was a Russian bomber. Oh, no, new polling out of CNN.
Donald
Let's pull this
Trump
up.
was quite unpopular in term number one, but in term number two, he's hitting historic levels of unpopularity. And therefore, we're going to take you through the top 10, from 10 all the way to 1, on the issues in which he's dropping the most. And when we're talking about that, we're going to start talking about number 10 here on your list. I feel like Casey Kasem. Trump's immigration net approval rating. Of course, immigration has been such a key issue for President Trump since he first started running for the presidency back in...
Guys, we just hit 25 members in our members only. Our members only is our way of helping fund the channel. We've seen all this medical misinformation craziness with RFK and this crazy interview this morning with CNN. Keep the channel independent, 7 days a week, live with the news, at least 3 hours a day. Double tap that screen, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and if you got it, do that 7-day trial of YouTube. Get your membership now. Become a member of our channel. It will be the best membership you have on YouTube. I guarantee it.
And in 2018,
25 strong. Damn.
One, look at this. He was not a popular man. He was 11 points underwater at that point, well under the Gulf of Mexico. But look at here. Looky here now. He's now 17 points underwater on immigration.
17 points underwater.
This has come after all of those ICE interactions that we've seen, after all the stricter border security, which of course Trump and his allies have focused on. But the bottom line is this: we're seeing a 6-point movement away from the president of the United States on a key issue for him. Now, I mentioned, he was in the negative at this point in term number one. But when we talk about Trump running for president, he won in part a second term because of immigration. You can see it right here. Look at this. Trump and immigration. He was favored on that issue over Kamala Harris by 14 points. Now he's 17 points underwater. It turns out that the promise of Trump on immigration has not met the reality in the minds of the American public. They like tough immigration talk, but when it comes to the way that Trump represents it and the policies he implements, they don't like it nearly as much. Now, we speak about this 6-point shift away from Trump on immigration, but an even larger shift than this 6-point shift away from Trump on immigration is another issue that, of course, Trump has been running on for years, and it is trade. Trump, of course, wanting to put in interventionist or take those away and put in some protectionist tariffs. And what you see here is that on number 9, Trump's trade and tariffs net approval rating, in term number 1 at this point, look at this. He was 13 points underwater. Look at where he is now. Look at where he is now.
Look at all these points.
25 points underwater.
He's got points on points on points.
Nearly
statistically, Americans are so fat you could starve them out of nearly a decade.
This, of course, being a
I believe it, bro.
Of 12.
Only pull you need is low IQ socialists want to spaz on.
12 points away. 12 points away from the president of the United States. He's down there in the China Sea when it comes to his net approval rating on trade and tariffs. Now, it's not just that Trump is underwater on tariffs. He has turned Americans against the very idea of tariffs, because look at this. Look at this. Okay, U.S. on new tariffs on imported goods. In November of
It's not even a dramatic response. So when we first started the tariff discussion, 48% said they don't want them, and 64% said, yeah, sure. Or no, and 52% said, yeah, sure. Now 64% say they don't want them. And
just after Trump
36% say, yeah, sure.
You know what?
It's like,
he was actually pretty popular. He was actually pretty popular.
None of this means anything.
His idea was pretty popular on tariffs.
Whoa! They changed the favorability of imported goods.
48% opposed.
What?
That 48% up like a Houston rocket.
I do believe
Look
the
at
poll,
now.
though. It is from CBS.
64% of Americans
But still,
oppose,
it's like, no shit, duh.
new tariffs on imported goods. It turns out that Americans aren't just turning against Trump on tariffs, they're turning against the very idea of tariffs, and that support down 16 points from 52 to 36. Basically an even issue, slightly more in favor, has become a 2-to-1 issue against. Now again, we're talking about overall a 12-point shift away from
Yo, I got the polls, bro. I got
President
my
Trump
polls,
on tariffs.
bro.
But that 12 points, well, take a look here. We got an even
Don't
bigger one
spam, yo.
for you. Coming in at number 8, Trump's health care net approval rating. Back in 2018, remember, Trump and the Republicans tried that skinny repeal of Obamacare, which, by the way, is quite popular. But Trump on health care, he ain't too popular.
Yo,
he
look
was
at this
18
poll. This
points
poll's
underwater
huge,
back
bro.
in 2018. Look at it now, though.
Yo,
31
look
points.
at his
Reached
poll.
30-point barrier. President
Bro.
way down there. We're talking about
Look at the
Titanic
poll.
level lows here. We're talking about 31 points underwater. That marks a shift of
30-17,
13 points away
6-7,
from the president of the United States
6-7.
on healthcare. Now, you might be saying to yourself, healthcare, that hasn't really been popping off too much in Trump's second term. But that shouldn't take you away from the fact that what is important to voters isn't necessarily what is sexy. And this, I
He's
think,
just
really
trying. He's just
that's-
trying his
look at
Kornacki,
this.
man.
The
He's
biggest
trying.
financial concern
Trying to
facing
become a
Americans.
Kornacki.
Look at what is at the top
doing
of
what
this
he can
list.
over at CNN.
It ain't gas, which we talk about all the time, right?
It ain't
Filling
gas.
up your
The thing
car,
we
that's at
love
8%.
about,
Housing.
the thing that we're most concerned about, healthcare. Who the fuck did you ask? 80-year-olds? Like only 80-year-olds exclusively? Who the fuck? Any retard that's in my chat right now that is literally saying that healthcare is your number one concern, please leave the chat. What the fuck are you doing?
Another big thing with the affordability crisis that Americans think is going on. That's
all I
at
do is listen to
14%.
Bernie Sanders
Food, which we all
podcasts, and
need,
I'm worried about
at
healthcare.
18%. But what's number one on this list? It's healthcare. It's
No
healthcare.
way.
It's 22%.
Nobody cares about gas. Nobody cares about their house. Nobody cares about their food. They care about healthcare.
But when you see these giant
Jake,
shifts
hi,
away
don't spam, Bo.
from President Trump on healthcare, going from 18 points to 31 points, that 13-point shift, that really matters to a whole heck of a lot of Americans. Now, I will say, all this talk has got me a little bit thirsty here. So this week, I'm going for a classic, a nice Coke Zero. Quenches the thirst, but more than that, gives me the energy
There's no caffeine in that. What are you even talking about?
for the rest of our
More
time
medical
together.
misinformation
So,
from
we're
CNN.
talking about it number 8, right? We were talking about a 13-point shift away from President Trump on the issue
Bro
of
getting
healthcare. Now,
spazzed by a
slightly more than
Coke
13
Zero?
points, but
Huh?
rounded the 13 points, coming in at number 7 on
Coke
your
Zero's
list.
from my
Trump's
grandmother
foreign policy
that doesn't wanna
net approval
taste
rating.
her fucking
Again,
metal anymore
Slightly
in
more
her
than
mouth.
13. We're rounding it to 13. A doubling of Trump's net approval rating in the negative on foreign policy down there in the straight up four moves. Look at this. In 2018, Trump wasn't that popular on foreign policy. But again, what became big
My
level.
mom is paying $600 plus a month. Yeah, you're right. But guess how much your mom pays for groceries? More than that. Guess how much your mom pays for her house? More than that. Guess how much we pay for gas? More than that. Like, I just do not understand this fucking perspective that we're all like, oh, if we all, gee golly, if you guys got us free health care, we wouldn't really care about the gas prices anymore. If only we had free health care. Who cares about the rent prices?
Of dislike for
Who
President
cares
Trump.
about that
Historic levels
homeowner's
of dislike
insurance,
for President Trump. A
that
doubling
car
in the
insurance,
wrong
that
negative
leveraged
direction,
loan?
down to minus 20
No.
points.
As long as we got health care,
on the
we'll all be
issue
good, right?
of foreign policy, not too much of a surprise there, because again, what we're talking about Iran, we're talking about Russia. This has become a dominant theme of President Trump's second term. This has become the foreign
Polls don't
policy
lie,
presidency.
facts.
If the
He's
first
got
term
the
was
polls.
about health care, at
He's
least the
proven
beginning
it.
part of it, the first part of his second term has become about foreign policy. And indeed, what's so interesting, of course, is even though Trump was negative in 2018, when we went into Trump's second term, he was positive. He was positive on foreign policy. It was a big reason why he
was
won.
positive,
Why
and
he
now
won
he's
a
not
second term in
positive.
office. Remember,
He's negative.
Americans very much dislike what
Bro
Joe
got
Biden
AIDS
was
in the
doing
middle of his
when it came to
presidency.
the Middle East crisis, what was going on.
Or he had AIDS and now he
therefore,
doesn't?
when Trump and foreign policy.
He
in
was
2024,
positive and now
look
he's
at this.
negative for AIDS.
Who was more trusted on foreign policy?
Can't
Harris
believe
or
that.
Trump? It was Trump by
Can you
a
believe that
wide margin. We're talking
he
about a
cured his
10-point
AIDS and it's a
margin
bad
here.
thing?
And now, of course, we're talking about him being 26
points in the
underwater.
ground.
We're talking
That's
about
crazy.
a drop
We all
here
hate Donald
of
Trump collectively, right?
36 points since
All right,
the
as
election.
long as you can walk home
since the
satisfied.
election, a 36-point drop. Again, though, when we're talking about since term number one, we're talking about a 13-point drop. Now, 13 points at number 7. But again, we got to go even bigger in terms of the drop. We got to go even more down underwater in terms of the drop.
He's got a better pull for you. He's got another one for you. You ready for his next pull?
Jacques Cousteau.
You ready for his next pull?
At number 6.
Holy shit.
Well, number 6 is something
Look at this
we all
poll.
have to deal with, right? It's something we all have to deal with.
At the time
We all
of
have to get
Trump's
out our
term, his
calculators,
approval
right,
ratings
during
on
tax
taxes.
season. And this is an issue that historically
Wow. That's so crazy. Look at this poll.
strong issue for Republicans.
He's
But
going to
not
bring
any
out a
longer with
printed
President
calculator
Trump.
for
Look
this
at
poll.
Trump's net approval rating on taxes. At this point in term number 1, again, he was unpopular at -10. But now,
They got him
55
not
points
unskilled and useless. I don't know
underwater.
how to
And you know
think
what that
healthcare.
equals? Well, according to my trusted
Here's the thing. If you're unskilled and useless, you don't need the health care. This is what I keep telling people. A carton of eggs goes a lot further for the Dollar General employee than the fucking health care. Like, I don't get it. The health care.
That is 25
I bet this anger got manhandled by his
water.
woman.
Kind of looks like a little bit of a...
No, that's later
I don't
today.
even know. That kind of looks interesting.
Minus
25.
25.
Let's see. There we go. He's now 25 points underwater, and it's a
Hey,
shift
what
of
the fucking drawing is this
away
thing you
from
do,
the
bro?
President of the United States on an issue that usually Republicans crush on.
The media
And
laughs
what's going on?
nonstop.
Why is Trump so
Is
far
this proof?
underwater on taxes? Well,
You see his poll? Oh, look at this
simply
poll.
put, don't like the way that things are
Look at
going
this poll.
on taxes.
Bro's
Don't
gonna
like
bring
things
us the
are
big
going on
poll.
taxes. Take a look at this. Say their income taxes are too high or about right. Well, back during Trump's first term, the plurality, look at this, 48% said about right.
Oh.
Just 45% said too high.
Okay.
What's gone on? Well, that too high number is jumped up 14 points to 59%.
Wow, is it maybe that we've been repeating that it's too high on CNN for the last 18 months?
Overall approval rating. It's down there now.
We got him!
37%. So what we're seeing here is an issue that normally what we see during Republican presidencies is we see that about right number being much closer to where Trump was in term number 1 at this point.
I think
compared to where
everybody's
he
just
was
broke
at
and we're
Trump
tired of it.
Term number 2. So
Last
we're
poll.
talking about a 15-point shift away here from President Trump on taxes. What is going to, in fact, be the next biggest shift away from President Trump? Well, we know it's going to be greater than 15 points. But if you want to actually find out how big those downturns are going to be for President Trump, if you want to see where he goes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1,
you could just
you know
count.
what?
You don't need to.
I like any good type of movie trailer. So for number 1, to see what the biggest drops are going to be, well, you're going to have to tune in to watch the next video. But I'll give you a little sneak
You're going to
preview.
tune in
I
to watch
bet.
the next video? Bro, what? What the fuck is going on in CNN? What the fuck is going on in CNN? Bro, they have fully fucking lost it. Okay, we have a drone strike real quick, though. We're going to get the breaking news. A drone strike terrorist attack bombing in Moscow restaurant, 3 killed. This is about 20 minutes ago.
A restaurant in Russia's capital city of Moscow last night, killing 3 people and hurting more than 20. Stephanie Bennett is live in London following that investigation. Stephanie.
Hey, John. Yeah, well, the Moscow mayor
off
called
the
this
polls.
attack
I don't
on
know,
the
bro.
restaurant a brutal terrorist act. Now, Russia's National Anti-Terrorism Committee says a woman attempted to smuggle the bomb into an upscale Italian restaurant, but a security guard refused to let her in as the place was closed for a private function. Well, the bomb was then detonated, killing her, the security guard, and a customer, while injuring more than 20 others. No one has claimed responsibility, and the investigation is still ongoing. Earlier this year, Russia's Federal Security Security Service said authorities would tighten security around senior military and government officials after a series of assassination attempts following, of course, the Kremlin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. But so far, there's been no connections between yesterday's attack and this war. Meanwhile, of course, the fighting does continue, though. Ukrainian drone strikes killed at least 8 people in Russia overnight, hitting oil refineries and airbase, and this warehouse, as you can see, belonging to Wildberries, which is Russia's largest online retailer. Ukrainian forces are striking further, hitting economic and energy targets. While over in Ukraine, President Zelensky says 16 regions were under attack this week as they desperately seek more ballistic missile interceptors. He says the shortage is encouraging Russia to seize the moment and strike. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio told Fox News peace talks should resume soon.
You're going to see some efforts over the next few weeks to see if we can't restart talks between the two sides and bring this war to an end. But we also understand that both sides have some pretty strong red lines, and until we can bring those red lines a little closer together, we're not going to be there yet.
Again, no one has claimed responsibility for the attack in Moscow. We'll keep an eye on things very closely. John?
All right,
definitely wasn't
Stephanie
Islam.
Bennett.
It's not like we can definitely tell that or anything. All right, guys, let's get into the fun stuff now. Our first one up, I think this is it. Is it? Yeah, okay. We got more body cam footage with Asmon. Let's go.
Perfect robbery plan? Wait, what? Oh, it didn't work? Damn, that's too bad. Let me see it. Let's see how perfect the plan was.
Stop kicking.
When police received reports of a robbery turning deadly at a store, multiple officers were quickly dispatched to get the situation under control. But as they made their way to the location, they soon realized they were a little too late.
764, start med for the clerk. He got OC sprayed.
What was that? Did you just spit out? He sprayed me and sprayed him. He beat the hell out of him.
Around 4:35 p.m. on January 3rd, 2025, the officers were alerted to a robbery at a store in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The caller advised that the robbers were armed, and the situation was quickly spiraling out of control. Officers were immediately dispatched to the scene, and upon arrival, they soon discovered how bad the situation really was.
It's a gas station, of course.
Hey, we got some movement back here.
They even got the Christmas lights out. Where's he at?
I heard some movement.
764 the squad's on this. The clerk motioned that they ran out the back.
You all right?
Who did it?
Where'd they go?
This way. 2 kids this way.
2 kids?
Okay.
What
happened to the door?
2 black kids. Skinny.
What were they wearing? What were they wearing?
Black shirts. Hoodies.
Okay.
How tall?
Masks.
Yeah.
Like this. There's one pair of masks.
764. It's going to be 2 juvenile male blacks wearing masks.
Okay.
All they called them black. Arrested officer racism.
No, we don't have anything for your face right now. Do you need medical attention?
No.
Oh my gosh, he's awful.
Did you say black hoodies?
You said all black?
What do you use, like pepper spray or some shit?
764, start med
Like
for the
mace?
clerk. He got OC sprayed.
What's OC?
Let's get some water.
Step outside. We're fresh air.
What's OC?
That. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right now, yeah.
Pepper spray? Okay.
There's another kid in here with...
Yeah. All right.
Come on out. You get hit in your face?
Yeah, he hit them. He hit them bad.
Damn.
And I hit them back too. Should I put a water in my eye?
Probably.
I think I'm gonna go back home and try to.
We got the ambulance. They're right here. Coming. They'll take care of it. No, trust me on this. They got wipes.
What was that? Did you just spit out?
What's that?
Black eye.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what that is. Can you open your mouth for us? Are you missing any teeth? No?
Let's see your hands. Hey, sir. Do you know how to... Are your eyes okay?
What the fuck?
Man, bless.
Your eyes are okay?
God damn.
No?
Did you get his elbow?
Yeah, I got his elbow.
After both victims were properly attended to by
reactivated? I
EMS,
don't know.
officers began investigating and assessing the damage. And that's when they discovered a shocking pattern.
Negative. It's a crime scene. Sorry.
Okay, where my nephew at?
nephew.
It's not inside.
Where did he go? They told me
No
he was
way.
He's tall
Okay.
and skinny.
Okay. What's his last name? Was he supposed to be coming over here to get snacks or something, sir?
He's an adult.
We have no adults besides the 2 victims inside.
He was supposed to come over here to get him some snacks.
Wait, did he tell his mom he was going to go do a
Oh
robbery?
no!
Right now, it's
There's
all
no way his mom's roaching him out, right?
Forgot to tell his mom
No
that
problem. I told
mom's
him
telling on him.
ID.
Yeah.
Because of them, we got a couple tickets because if we don't give them, they took stuff and run away. Show
Right.
me your ID and I give you the cigarette. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Then other kids hit me. But then he came out. Then they fight. I came outside to tell him to come inside. He sprayed me and spray him and come inside. He beat the hell out of him.
After
Oh my
reviewing the
God.
victim's statements, officers took a screenshot
Oh
of
my
the teenage
God.
boys from the surveillance footage and put all units in the area on high alert to
Good.
locate and apprehend them.
Get their ass.
He's wearing a black hoodie. We're just fixing on. We want a perimeter soda?
Not unless we have eyes on these guys.
Within minutes of the search, one officer spotted an individual who fit the description of one of the boys. But when he approached him to confirm, he hadn't expected the sudden shift in the teen's attitude.
Like, let me just give y'all some advice, right? If you are going to rob a store, stop walking around the neighborhood wearing the same shit you wore when you robbed the store.
Facts. Like,
Just
what?
go home and stay there. Don't go back to the store. Don't go check out to see what happened. Don't stand like 3 feet away and be like,
From
oh,
the
I wonder if
store.
the cops are, oh, there's a cop. Oh, they got me? Oh, I didn't do anything. I can't breathe.
I saw trans Achilles doing genocide in the peaceful city of Troy. How was it? Was it good?
How are you this stupid? Really? Like, how you be this dumb? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, brother, come here.
What's going on, buddy? Hey.
You got any weapons on you? You got any weapons on you?
Yeah.
What do you got? Hold still.
Sorry.
What do you got on you? What are you doing, man? What do you got on you?
Tired? Why are you so
All right,
tired?
Put him in the cuffs. Yep. Put him in the handcuffs. 629 PD. We're out with him.
Yeah, why are you so tired, bro? Maybe because you just ran across the fucking... Like, what, bro? Really? You just went and got yourself caught? Outside? You couldn't even go inside, bro?
You just rolled up on him. He was at 10% HP.
Fucking... Just
It's like,
from
it's
the
an easy
run.
one.
Wow.
He's already tired.
Bro couldn't run. Bro
It's a
couldn't even run
freebie.
away.
One. The 16th Ave and 61st Street. Which one's got your back?
740's out with him, one detained. He has OC on him. Hey, just stay back.
He's got the pepper spray on him.
OC nice. Oh, someone just got pepper sprayed, and he's got pepper spray on him.
Pepper spray. You got pepper spray in your eyes?
Why you do stupid?
Why you do stupid shit?
Just.
Yelling at him? Why you doing stupid shit?
Were y'all with him? Or did you just walk up?
What?
Were y'all with him at any point, or you just walk up?
No, we was gonna do this.
You know who he's hanging out with? Where's your buddy go? Where's the other guy? Do you know?
Do you want Matt?
Now, remember what I was telling
Everybody
y'all
go.
about?
Where's the other guy? Do you know?
This right here is the fabled 65 to 70 IQ.
Yep.
This right here, we were talking about somebody who was 72, 75 IQ. This is what we were waiting on. You understand it? You can tell.
You want Matt, you to check your eyes out? Wait, hold up. What are you doing, man? You acting a fool, bro. What's the problem, man?
Fell over.
I'm
really fucked up. I don't know. What the fuck?
I got a daughter, bro.
Got a daughter,
Oh my
bro.
god!
What?
They don't even know. Like it's just.
What?
Oh my god! I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. There's no one on you.
All right, so just breathe, man. Okay.
I have a daughter on the way.
Are these guys his friends? No.
While officers confirmed they had the right suspect, his partner was still on the loose. But if they thought they'd get any information out of him, they soon realized they were in for a long
I don't think that you could get any information out of this dude.
evening.
Where's your partner at, man? Did you go pepper sprayed at all? Yeah. Where would your guy have gone?
4790 West.
All right, man. Can you stand up for me? I got to search you real quick. Make sure you ain't got nothing on you. I swear to God, I'm not gonna run. Okay, but why do you keep moving? Face the car here and let me check you. Make sure you ain't got nothing on you.
It is really funny, by the way, about how this dude is just compliant, even though he was just a robbery. They're totally normal and fine with him. There's no issues. Nobody's getting roughed out. Nobody's getting beaten up. Nobody's getting choked. Nobody's getting like hit. Nobody's being tased. Everything's totally fine. They don't give a shit.
And then we can talk.
Yeah, he's mellowed out. Yeah.
I got my Apple Watch, my phone, all that.
Your phone, your Apple Watch.
I got to the fight with
Separate
old boy.
feet. Separate feet.
Yeah.
Separate feet.
All right, wait, but
hey, separate your feet. Wait, hold up. Hold up for a second and pay attention.
Sir, I don't have no weapons.
Well, I gotta make sure, man. Stop moving.
I just wanted to go to a party.
Okay. How old are you, man? Good is not an age, bro. How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. You got an ammo coming from him?
There's no way he's 17. He's 18.
You're 18?
He's 18 going on 28.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what do you mean?
18 now?
You're doing too much. After you just robbed the store.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
Do these partners when a robber, when the rob at a corner store?
Get in the car. Like a
See, now I basically like now he got the stamina coming back.
You've been doing this dumb
So
shit
they
all
just
day
happened
today.
to catch him when he was at like no HP, bro. He had popped all his cooldowns. He was totally out of mana, and they just, bro, like that's a legendary pull there. He's regenning, yeah.
Does he smoke or something? Like, is he on something? What's his problem?
We trying to figure out, like, he been doing that dumb shit.
He's always
Who
doing
are they
that
hanging
dumb
out
shit.
with? Does he have any like mental issues, or does he have any mental
No,
issues?
he just did this shit today. Like, he was acting all weird and shit today. He
Yeah.
was white girls. He was trying to be, I'm not being around him, but I've been telling him that, get the fuck out of my face, I'll hurt you.
Snow Bunny mind control.
Like yourself. His mama finna come up here and treat the fuck out of you doing too much.
We don't even know what happened. We don't know if like they were attacked and they pepper sprayed back in self-defense.
No,
or
but the
whatever.
man up in the store do be tweaking, but I don't know where the fuck his
Speak
phone.
We're still
American,
trying
yeah.
to figure everything out.
Yeah.
He's just acting up like
Them acting like that, obviously.
Right, like, boy, his ass gonna go down. Watch him when he go down. I hope his charges, they might boost him up.
We're not even sure if he's guilty of anything.
We're not even sure if he's guilty or not. They're like, I hope they lock his ass up.
I love how this is, nah, he's guilty.
And when the ambulance arrived, his attitude only grew more bizarre.
What's going on? Can you take this off of me? Sure. Hey. Alright, look. Hold on. You're still in custody, so you
No,
still
shut the
gotta
fuck up, talk to me fast. Right, you can get back inside. We're not gonna do that.
Can you take my other shoe off though?
See,
Whoa.
everything was fine, and then you just had to go and fuck it up, bro. Like
and
you
then
were,
he gets
everything was
aggressive.
totally fine.
No, you can get inside the car.
I did you
Get in the car. Dude, you're on something, bro. I don't know what the hell it is. Get inside the car.
I promise I don't know what the
All right, get in the car.
Promise I don't know what the
Imagine he's
Get in the
not
car.
on something.
Get inside
Imagine
the car.
this
Probably
is
is.
just
There we go.
I want to be an officer when I grow up.
Well, that ain't gonna happen right now. Answer their question, okay?
I can't do.
You need to answer their question.
Tell me what I can't do.
All right, I'm done.
I'm
I don't
done.
want to go to jail.
What's going on?
I don't want to
Give
go
me a
to
second.
jail.
Give me a second. All right. But yeah, man. Like I'm trying to be an artist. Man,
I'm trying to
I
be an
told y'all,
artist.
This is the
I'm trying to
fabled
be an
65
artist.
IQ. And it's 65 to
Fucking
70.
A, bro.
Like, this is not a solid 65. This could be a 68.
He's high on
But
stupidity.
67, you could
Facts.
say even 69. This is painful to watch.
mad, bro. I'm trying to survive. I just want the world to be happy. I want to see everybody do what they can do. I'm not a selfish person. That's just not who I am. I mean, but as of right now, I probably live better.
Do you want medical attention, bro?
Too much. I bet the rats and partner. Oh, here you go. Here you
Is he
go.
disconnecting?
Yeah.
Just a show or what?
He's talking to his fucking overlords.
It's a show.
UK.
UFO
motherfucker.
I just want to go. Hey.
Do you want medical attention?
No.
Okay.
Don't touch me. You guys touch me.
Sorry, we're wasting time.
Oh, no, that's not right. I would wear gloves if you're touching everywhere that's got blood, or if you got hand sanitizer on you. It's dried up blood, but still.
That's white and gold. Outer jacket, he's got on the heel, putting underneath with a bear on it.
Yeah.
He's like he got tased without the taser.
And the other way.
You hit me first.
I bet.
Can my cousin come with you?
No.
Can my cousin come with me? What the fuck?
Can I bring my cousin to jail with me?
if I do, I swear to God, I'm so fucking sorry.
70. That's right.
What? Can my cousin go with me?
I will write y'all a note, all that.
I'll write you all a note. If you let me go, I'll write you all a note. What the fuck? Oh shit.
After he was cleared, officers decided to transport him to jail. But when they arrived, the 18-year-old completely lost it.
Yeah, because then he realized.
Wait, he already didn't?
They're gonna bag him like the lady? If they don't bag him, they're not doing it right. They didn't bag him. You gotta bag him. You gotta put the fucking bag over his head.
I'm a real son of a bitch.
My every thing. Just what? Promise! Mama, I love you. I'm sorry. I just like to make money. Mom, you know I got a baby on the way. Stop.
I just like to make money, Mama.
Hey, Daddy, what you gonna do today?
Face the wall.
What?
Did you say something? He's definitely doing something. Just hold on for a second. We might go. He's acting way too weird. You want us to take him to the hospital to get checked? Because I'm concerned that he might have taken something. He's doing way too much. We'll take him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Hey, hospital.
He's not coming in and out of it.
It's a like cell phone charger cord.
Yeah, I'll just hit him with a metal detector.
What's up, man?
I'm just trying to make money. I'm gonna live life how I gotta live it, how I wanna live it, because that's how I'm gonna do it. So don't touch me. Don't do none of that shit.
Calm down. You want to take him to the hospital?
Yeah, yo, mama. I'm a
18?
18 years old.
18 years old?
It's crash out. Yes, crash out.
We know, bro.
Yeah,
we know. Everybody knows.
Yeah, you're already crashing out, bro.
Stop that. Nope.
No, stop. After these videos, Dashcam, the gift that keeps on giving.
Take him to the jail.
He's like into the anime, bro.
You need to shut the fuck out, my man.
What is wrong with him?
Do not break my charger.
Then you need to
Don't break my
cooperate with what we're telling you to
charger?
do, okay?
Don't break my charger.
You take anything?
I
I'm
don't
gonna break
know.
your fucking
I
head.
don't know.
If you did, what would it be?
Drugs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't get no.
I'm asking for you.
I don't
to
give a
help
shit.
you.
I don't give a fuck.
Did you take any
Please
kind of
help me.
drugs? Answer the
The
question.
best, Daddy.
You do it.
With the best.
Did you take anything?
What the fuck?
Stop.
Bro, what is wrong with this guy?
Just please, man.
Bro, I'm just trying to make money. I got the proof for everything.
Get that. Don't hit
This
him
is
out,
like,
man.
bro.
Stop.
This, like, I don't even think that you can do a bingo for this one. Like, these are things that are off the grid. Like, getting arrested by 5 officers and saying, fuck me harder, daddy. Like, I don't. And then saying I'm crashing out. Like, I don't really think that that's on the. That's not even on the page.
No.
That might not even be in the book.
don't give a f. No, we do. No bullshit.
We
Oh,
do.
we're aware of that. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
They're
my-
well aware of that.
You're.
Because my fucking name is you, Grub. Are you idiot?
That's your day.
Preferably tell us what kind of drugs.
Hey,
What the fuck?
no, for real. I can't go to jail. Please.
Oh, okay.
Look, aren't you a father?
I am.
Oh, okay.
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, God, let's make money.
Okay, let's have a
That shit
conversation.
makes
You want to
money.
make money with me?
Tell me what kind of drugs you took.
I'll only talk to you.
Okay, that's fine.
If not, I'll smack your dumb ass bitch.
That doesn't make
Smack
sense.
your
What the
video.
fuck?
You dumb as hell. You a stupid ass.
Not the
You a
first
cluck
time.
ass. Cluck ass.
Cluck.
I don't like you confused.
I don't know if the jail will take him like this. And
You know what? Fuck it. Like I said, it's the mother.
Straight over.
Crash.
what's that?
Don't touch me.
We
I'll
already
smack
know
the
you're
shit
crashing out, bro.
Boy, where I am.
He might have
Did you
taken
just say yes,
something just
Daddy?
because
Yeah.
of how up and down he is.
If we can get him in the middle and then on his stomach, I can hobble.
You ready?
I love how they're just talking about him like, bro, this is like it's like a vet, bro.
Oh God, y'all.
He kicks, so be careful.
Jesus.
He kicks us, so be careful. It is like talking to a fucking animal.
Me damn.
He kicks, so be careful.
This is attached to
His pants.
This is his belt.
Yeah.
It's crash out, everybody crash out. Crash out, crash out, crash out.
If we can't get it, we'll just cut
it. Man, I don't get no. You know who I am? I just want to go home to my mama. I just want to go home.
What do we think in jail or hospital?
I'm fit to go home.
With them? Meds here? All right.
While he was being checked, his mother arrived at the police station and seemed to have an idea of what was wrong with her son before learning about the consequences he would be facing.
What happened?
Hello, I'm Officer Mendez, Kenosha Police. What information were you looking to?
What's going on?
We won't be able to share a ton of information, given that he is an adult now.
Even though he got special needs.
So we aren't aware of anything like that. Is he diagnosed with anything in particular? Or?
He's got a lot of medical issues.
Like
That's what I was
what?
trying to
Yeah, exactly. He's got a lot of medical issues. Yeah, all of a sudden he's got a lot of medical issues.
figure out what's going on. Has he been aggressive? Or is he pretty calm?
A little bit of both.
He's kind of been a little up and down. We're curious, if there's maybe something mental health related, or if he consumed something that's making him act.
She received a call, but she was going to come and get him and take him to the hospital to see what's going on. Right.
You said you got a text message earlier. They said he wasn't acting right.
No, somebody called me.
Called you?
Yeah.
Who called you?
My cousin called me.
So right now he is in custody.
That doesn't necessarily mean that he was involved in whatever is going
So
on.
at this point, we do have a probable cause to charge him.
I'm aware of that.
So your mom.
That is true. They don't necessarily know that it was him. It could have just been some fucking mentally ill guy on drugs hyperventilating on the side of the street. They saw somebody with out of breath that matched the profile. But again, the two store owners said it was two black kids in all black. When they found this man, he was not in all black.
I'm going to tell you, he's being charged with robbery right now. I don't know if there's any additional charges on top of that. I wasn't one of the ones that responded there. I came here. He was kind of acting out a little bit. We got him calmed down. We had to essentially restrain his legs so that he's not kicking. So he was trying to kick our guys. He was trying to fight. We had to control those so he's not hurting us or using them to hurt himself, or kicking the wall, kicking the bench, whatever, causing damage to himself. But I will pass along that information.
In the end, the 18-year-old was charged with felony, robbery with use of force, using oleoresin device with harm ×2, battery threat to an officer ×.
Again, because he basically admitted his own guilt because he was saying, well, I have to do this, I'm a father. So it's probably easy to book him on that. He had the pepper spray in his pocket, easy to book him on that. Battery of an officer, threat of an officer twice, yep.
Resisting a trusted officer, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct, and his cash bond was set at $20,000. Eventually, he was found guilty of one count of using an oleoresin device with harm and disorderly conduct.
Yep, they didn't get him on the robbery. You hear that, guys? They only prosecuted him on the pepper spray he had in his pocket. Yeah, because they could prove, basically, you had it in your pocket and it was sprayed at this location. We don't know that you robbed the place. But we do
Remaining
know
charges
that.
were dismissed on the prosecutor's motion.
Yep.
According to the report,
have to.
the second suspect had not been identified, and there's no indication
Fucking
that they were
crazy
later
they got away with
arrested.
it.
Ultimately, the 18-year-old's sentence was withheld, and he was given 1 year of probation.
Yep.
Want to step up your style? Check out CodeBlueCam.com for hoodies.
Ain't that crazy? Code Blue Cam, and that is Asmongold, who's probably going to flip out and say this guy needs to be in prison forever, but I don't necessarily agree. That was the founded proof you had on him. You at least got him booked, and he has a fucking record now. Hopefully he gets caught if he does it again. It's genuinely lost my brain cells watching this from Asmongold earlier today. Let's get into the very last video of the day, guys. Double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Help support the channel by becoming a member for $4 a month. Keep the channel independent and continuing to do the news of the left and the right. All right, guys, we got one last one from Asmongold here, and this is called "These Millennials Are the Problem." Are the millennials the problem? Let's see.
It's actually so embarrassing, bro. People have no shame nowadays. Zero fucking shame.
It's definitely one of the corniest things going on the internet right now. If you don't know by now, scalpers are pretty much people who just mass buy items and just resell them. And they would just get their hands on majority of the stock, so nobody else is able to buy it at the regular price. So I guess people, if they wanted the item, they'd be forced to go to them and they get a crazy margin off it. If you really think about it, it's pretty lame. But one of the main things that gets scalped that I've even talked about before is Pokemon cards. You got people fighting tooth and nail at machines, trying to like shove each other for packs. I'm good, bro.
So embarrassing.
Pokemon card fight.
Look. Look at him. Look at him.
Crazy. It's crazy how they act like this.
Oh my god.
Yo, this is barbaric. Like, imagine going to Walmart and seeing this shit just casually.
I saw a thing the other day of somebody being like, "Oh, you gotta wait. Like, you gotta know the minute markers of the machines at the grocery store because like there's a Pokemon machine at like the HEB near me." And like the way that I do it is like I just look and I'm like, well, if it's open, I'll buy one pack, which is like $6 or whatever, and I'm like, that's no different than me buying a lottery ticket, which I rarely do, but like I'll just buy the Pokemon cards because I'm a millennial. It's the same kind of thing, right? The way that they've instituted these things is crazy. Like they only drop like 2 packs out that they sell per like hour, each hour inside of the store. And now there's like these people that like know the exact minute that they drop, so they sit around and wait on those minutes. But then they have like all these things with security at like HEB and at Walmart being like, you can't loiter at the machine. So now like they know it's coming at like 1:42 and then at 2:42, so they go back into the store at each one of those markers to see if they can get the fucking. It's just bullshit. I hate the scalping. It's just it makes it
over
ruins
boxes,
it. It ruins
over
it.
a
It
goddamn
truly ruins it.
Pokemon tin. Pokemon scalper crashes out after cutting in line and being denied checkout.
There's been a line there.
All right.
Are these 3 seconds already say enough? I know it's not really a. Are these 3
drink falls out? What a fucking idiot.
seconds already say enough? I know it's not really a crash out, quote unquote. He's not screaming at the top of his lungs.
It's a crash out, bro.
But, I mean,
That's a crash
the crash
out.
out's brutal. Like, yo, you are a grown ass man acting like a spoiled kid.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have grown dudes in public acting like absolute babies? I guarantee you there were actual children in that line that acted more mature than this guy. I mean, let that sink in. In the middle of Target, on a tantrum, dude's in his like mid-30s, late 30s. Shit's sad. And then Buddy just started
We
playing.
have such a huge millennial problem. I don't think people understand how bad it is. I might even make my own video about millennials. Because I am a millennial. I'm 36. I think it's kind of obvious I'm a millennial.
Yeah, but why are we so bad?
We have a huge issue.
But that's the problem. It's like, why are we so self-deprecating and bad? I think we're so fucking bad because of the way that we were fucking institutionalized through our economy, bro.
And I could realize this, even when I was in high school, I could realize that I was surrounded by a bunch of retards. Except for, of course, all my friends, which were not retarded. Well, we were a different kind of retarded. Nowadays, you have these people, and there's something wrong with them. There's something seriously, foundationally wrong with these millennials.
ultimate frisbee out of nowhere. I don't know, he could have hit somebody in the head with that thing for all I know. Pokemon Scalpers set up shop right outside of Target.
This has to be some of the most insane scalping I've ever seen in my life. So I'm at Target in the card section. Obviously, there is no Pokemon. It's all taken up.
No Pokemon. There's no fucking Pokemon. Like, imagine being 9.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of sucks.
Yo, this shit would be...
This is the same shit I said before, bro. You're 13 years old, and you're competing with Pokemon cards? What? You're competing against grown men for Pokemon cards and also all the girls your same age.
So depressing to look at. Like, I know my days of collecting Reshiram EX tins and Kyogre EX tins, I would be sad, man. Like, the amount of funds I would have to save up is crazy because of these goddamn scalpers, hypothetically. Now, I'm sure scalping existed when I was 7 years old, but it was not this big of a problem.
We take 5 steps outside.
Wow.
Scalpers set up outside the store?
They really have a whole ass store.
Wait, so they just go and set up a kiosk outside of the store so they can buy everything from the store? This is like whenever Mr. Krabs built the second Krusty Krab next to the first Krusty Krab.
Yep. It's exactly that.
This is that level of shamelessness. Like, this is the whole... This can't be legal. I don't know how it is.
Outside of Target.
Spoilers?
They bought the store damn near.
But here's the problem, is if you ban the scalping or you force it legally to stop in any way, then you kind of lower the rate of the card.
Probably all the stock Target had right there.
Which is the
they
whole
really
purpose
just
of why
opened up
people buy
a
'em.
brand new...
Like, again, like, people aren't buying Magic the Gathering cards. Like, fucking Pal World just came out with their trading cards. People aren't buying those. They're buying Pokemon because Pokemon has value. Even myself, like, if I'm going to go and buy one pack of Pokemon cards, it's because I'm treating it like it's the lottery. Maybe I get one of those special cards, and those special cards are worth $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Those cards will not be worth those values if you do not have the scalping machine that has been built around it.
Business for the shit. This is genuinely sad. And the EV box is going for $160. I don't know if that's like insane. I don't really like keep an eye on that stuff. But if I had to have that much motion when I was 7 years old, bro, forget
there's
it,
no
man.
way.
I would have never collected Pokemon cards in the first place. But Pokemon cards
are for middle-aged men now, and like, do kids even care about Pokemon anymore?
They do. They still wear it.
Like, I don't even know. Like, I genuinely don't know the answer to this.
Aren't the only item being scalped in 2026.
Everything
Damn
is.
near everything is being scalped. Even AP swatches? I don't even know what this is, bro. Like, you know the rabbit holding the clock? That's what this shit reminds me of. Now, when I looked up AP swatch online, $786 on StockX for the green one. $786
for that?
What? Personally, for me, that's a $5 purchase.
That looks like something you get at the not even the Dollar General. That's at the Dollar Tree. Because the Dollar General things are like $7, right?
Yeah.
Dollar Tree things are actually $1.
But it's AP. Everybody wants ice, so they want it. And just like every other item that has any demand, scalpers just lose their mind over them. And same deal. They waited in line at the stores probably like 2, 3 a.m. They bought them, and they're now reselling them.
They're
$2,000
switches,
on eBay. $2,000. $895 for each swatch. To each their own, I guess. But bro, who is genuinely buying this for $895?
It's like 1 or 3 guys there with a whole bag of swatches. Like, I don't know how they got 20 pieces, but they have 20 pieces there, and they're selling.
Every store needs to implement a 2 per person policy.
Well, they do, but then that's the problem.
And if you're buying these, like,
then they forge the 2 per person policy, or they hire people, each person, to go in and do it. Like, you're never going to be able to stop it. Like, there's no reason to have regulation around it. If anything, have no regulation around it.
I know this might sound crazy, and maybe I'm going overboard here, but Palantir can help with this. We need to have an international database, a national database, doesn't need to be international, national database of all of the people, and you need to scan a driver's license or an ID in, like, the same as like you're buying alcohol in order to buy Pokemon cards.
Yep.
Like, and like this is true with Pokemon card, any Squishmallows, fucking glitter dumplings,
Yep, there you go.
Digimon cards. Like, you need to have this, and there needs to be a digital Pokemon. You know what they need to do? They can make it like a Pokedex system. And so as soon as you bring in these different packs into your Pokedex, you no longer can purchase packs from any other store. And only 2 people. Anything that's limited. Yeah, exactly. Like, because this is really... This is flock at the checkouts. Yeah, like a flock camera. So like we need to put a stop to this.
Yeah, reprogram the flock.
2 to 3K.
I've had enough.
Actually trying to go on carousel, trying to hire people to come and queue for them.
Scalpers are beneficial for the corporations. No, they're not.
It's just for the resale.
They're not beneficial. So like, bro, think about, you're thinking 2-dimensionally. I want you to think 3-dimensionally. What happens after the parent takes their kid there and they realize that the Pokemon cards are never there? Well, then the parent stops going to the fucking Target, huh? Because now there's no reason to go there because the kid's not begging you to go to Target because there's never any cards. So the instance in which the parent could go, like, so what you're thinking about is that selling all of this is the best thing, right? But what is the best actual way of reinforcement? Is it a one-to-one? It's not. It's variable reinforcement. When sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. But when it's never there, the behavior extinguishes. This is psychology, okay? So not only are you wrong logically, but you're also wrong scientifically. You're just wrong about everything.
Yeah, they really sold that shit out. And I guess some of them are going...
J-Dig just won our poll for the 78th time. Gets his 78th win, guys. Thank you all for watching. Double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Help support the channel. $4 memberships. I really, really appreciate anybody that becomes a member. We just hit 25 members strong. Jason Beaches is a member here. He's a North Korean. Pokemon is currently currency. Exactly.
For 2-3K. You could just see the pure disappointment in these guys' faces, realizing that these bum-ass scalpers just ran off with like hundreds of these, just ready to sell them for 10x the price. Dudes will really just scalp anything. Like, honestly, the store's got to put a limit.
I remember I used to do this in WoW. I did this when I was 16. I would buy out all the items or something. I would just resell it at a higher price. Somebody puts it at a lower price, I buy it, then I resell it. That's it. Fuck them. It's actually so easy. Like, you just buy everything at a high price, and then nobody else can buy it.
Yep.
That's normal flipping? No, it's garbage. Like, it's annoying. Like, there's a reason why there's laws against that shit.
On how many people can buy. If there was a limit, this probably wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't be seeing...
But I'm not trying to make it political, right? But, like, that's actually why I stopped becoming a libertarian. I used to be a libertarian until I played WoW and I started scamming people. And I was like, you know what? These regulations make sense. Well, I shouldn't be able to do this. Yeah, this isn't fair to them.
This is where we disagree.
No, I'm doing it, but like...
I think that you should be
no,
able to
really,
because that's the only way to be
mean,
fair. There's no way to fairly distribute the cards to regular people. That's socialism, Asmongold, and you're never going to be able to do the socialism. Instead, you have to just be a libertarian. You have to suck it up and say, all right, Pokemon dumps on Thursday, and we can do all these schemes that we want to as a store to try to get the mother to come in the store of the Target. But at the end of the day, the price that the company sells, it works for them. It works for the second-tier market. It works for the convention market. It works for Logan Paul. It works for everyone that wants to funnel money in and out of a country. They can now just go buy a fucking trading card for $100,000. They can go from China, come land in LA, sell it at a trading card shop, and they didn't have to pay any fees or taxes in the currency trading rates. I think it's much freer to just open it completely up than it is to sit here and say, no, it's not fair. Children, one pack per 9-year-old, please. Like, what the fuck kind of world? There's no way to do it. There's no way to do it. It's fun to be like, oh, yeah, well, Palantir can be in control of it. But the reality is you can't do it. So any regulation is bad regulation. There's a local prostitute that takes Pokemon. This is what I heard. I don't know, though.
It's like you have to have somebody that does this.
listings for $9,000, $11,000 for like a whole bundle of them. I don't know if that's like the genuine price or if scalpers have just driven up the price that much. And of course, it's AP. The base price is already going to be insane. Now, this is something I never expected to be scalped. Concert tickets. If I can't see my goats in person because somebody bought out all the tickets with the bot and is now reselling them for $2K, I'm gonna be pissed. But basically, some scalpers use bots to buy tickets. And they'll somehow just claim a bunch of them. And there's even been sightings where there's a whole row or like group of seats with nobody in them because it was all claimed by a scalper. Supposedly. I don't know.
And then they sell them back last minute too. That's what's crazy.
Wow.
This one's bullshit.
That's crazy.
But again, there's laws that they're trying to pass.
People did move into some of those seats from other sections, but either way, there were definitely spaces across the stadium for more Swifties.
I don't know, but it's a little bit suspicious that this trend is on the rise and that there's just coincidentally nobody in those seats at all. Just
everybody's a roach now. Everybody's a roach. Everybody's trying to make as much money as they can. Nobody can get a job. This is what they're doing. And the reason why people are scalping,
subscribe,
here's the
$4.
reason why, is that they have a degree in anthropology.
Or a degree in film studies.
And nobody gives a fuck.
Well, not film studies. It's cinema, arts, and sciences. Okay.
They have to do in order to pay off their $140,000 of student loan debt is camp out at a Target on a Monday morning so they can buy out all the Pokémon boxes and resell them for a net profit of like $700. That's what they do. It's because these people don't have jobs. They don't have jobs. They don't have anything else to do. That's what's going on. You legally hustle. Yeah, it's all connected.
That entire group is missing. Now, what do you think these new margins are looking like? How greedy do you think the scalpers got with these? Well, now some of them, I'm just going to play the clip. So the caption reads, "You mean to tell me I lost this ticket to a scalper?"
Yeah. Yeah, obviously you did.
$2,000.
Oh.
$2,000. What the fuck?
$2,000.
That is a fresh PC right there. High quality PC for some concert tickets. Because
it's not. I don't know who he's talking. What do you mean? Like, what is it? What's it going to run? Minesweeper?
Wanted to scalp it. I mean, that seat isn't cheap, to be fair, to begin with, but it could have been $1K instead of $2K. That price difference is crazy, though. I'm not really sure what that seat would originally go for, but it's definitely not $2K. That shit's the price of a World Cup ticket. Let that sink in.
That's
Trader
crazy.
Joe's tote bags. Yeah, like deadass, one of those reusable grocery bags. I don't even know how this has the hype in the first place to be scalped. This just proves what I said earlier. Dudes will really scalp anything. I can't imagine that being hyped up. It has to be the most overhyped product of 2026.
I mean,
just to give you an idea how hyped this thing is.
I didn't even know this shit existed.
Yeah, I didn't know you were
I found this shit scrolling on my For You page last night.
Trader Joe's line for striped mini canvas tote bags?
Bro,
this line went on forever. There's no way.
I don't see how you can look at a line like that and still think that people should be allowed to vote.
Facts. You know what, guys? We'll leave it there. That's the end of the show for the night. Appreciate you all stopping by once again. My name is Alex R. Wagner, covering the news. No news is news, both the left and the right, and making fun of all of it. Double tap that screen if you haven't yet. Hopefully we can get up to 350 here. We're at 349. Double tap that screen. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, guys. And remember, $4 a month. You can help the channel out so much. Help us not have to get sponsors next month. I really don't want to have to get a sponsor and start regulating the chat and regulating my speech and all of that. So make sure you become a member for $4 a month. Appreciate you all stopping by once again on this Sunday afternoon. Let's double check and make sure that there isn't any news that is coming out today. Nothing else coming out for the day. We do not have a schedule for Monday for Donald Trump yet, but when we do, I will be back live with whatever he is doing. Until then, I will see you all later. Have a great day, everybody. Have an amazing Sunday. Peace!